their music. I'm sorry, music. Uh, I did touch base with a friend of mine today, and I think we're going to get some of our music back. Um, I don't know what it'll cost us. I don't care. Um, Ken Carson, if you're in the house, he asked what song, and I told him that we would pay whatever, whatever it takes to get his music back on. High Above the Sea is my favorite song because I relate to that song. I've been there, done that. Um, I'm hoping that my buddy Derek pops in here in a little bit. He has a very interesting story. He's traveled all over the world. He's an amazing kid. He's I say kid. He's probably my son's age, or son would be his age. But anyway, he actually came from China when all this bull crap went on, and we had a very interesting conversation. I hadn't seen Derek in several years. I wouldn't say several years, probably a couple anyway. But I went down to check on my brother, um, Greg, and Greg's doing all right. Took him out. We went out to eat. We went out and had a good meal and went back to his place for a little bit. And I was hoping Liberty would be a little bit long so I could kind of set stuff up. But anyway, Eric and his buddy Nick and very interesting young men. They will be someday, and I'm hoping they'll come up. He said he would. He said he'd be on, and I hope he does. If he doesn't, we'll just do whatever we can. But I would be really excited, Derek, if you're listening, for you to click on that link and come in here and do your story, because um, I was amazed. He's an amazing young man. He's traveled all over the world. He was going to tell us some stories about Cuba. He went to Cuba, I think. If not, it wasn't Cuba. It was Brazil. He went to Brazil. And he said that those people, oh, Greg is fine, Miss Blumen. He's doing really, really good. Anyway, he went to Brazil, and you want to talk about test your freedoms. This is his words. He said, if you want to talk about test your freedoms, go to Brazil. There's no freedom. You're given rations. Hey, John, Teddy, Lisa, LHS, Miss Blue Moon, Crystal, C. Ristle. Sorry guys, I'm pretty fired up, Frank. I'm pretty fired up because you want to talk about going out and living life. This kid has traveled the world, and he can tell stories at, he's 30 something years old. He's a young man, and sniper. Anyway, he's got stories that he can tell and share to people that should matter, because what we live in is not what the rest of the world lives in. And I sent him a text while the music was playing, say, come on, click the link. So I'm hoping he'll come in there. I'll drop the link here in the chat. I know he did subscribe, and if he's listening there, please come in here and tell these people what you know. It's all about share. Let's share information. All right. All right. Anyway, his knowledge is beyond years, in my opinion, because he has traveled he's been to a lot of places. Sorry, chat's going a little faster. Okay. My day was good, C. Bristol. Thank you. I actually had a lazy day. I didn't do a lot of stuff. I mean, we did work, but I wouldn't call it work. I called it a day off. But anyway, for as old as the kid is, he his knowledge is great, and he's traveled America. He's been to China during the bad times, and he went to Brazil, and they ration their stuff to their people. And if I'm not right, he'll tell me I'm not right, because I think that's kind of how he said it. So hopefully he'll hop on here in a little bit. But if he doesn't, that's okay too. I'll pick him when I go back to town. I'll bust on his balls. You can bet on it. He said, "Man, I'd love to come on to do that." And I said, "Well, come on." So him and his buddy Nick were planning on jumping on. So it would be an exciting show because we could see what the rest of the world looks like through somebody's eyes that's been there, and that makes a big deal. Wait a minute. No, I didn't. I didn't delete Crystal. Why was Teddy? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what the comment was. Um, I did have a beer in that pocket, but I do now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on there. See, Ms. Blue Moon. The problem is in Restream, I can't see it. I can't tell, so I don't know. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to spew that. But anyway, um, through an American's eyes who has traveled the world, this guy is a wealth of knowledge. He actually had a. I'd let him. I'll have to let him tell his story. I got too excited when I was talking to him because I was excited for the first part because he had to the places and talked to the people, and for his age, I just didn't think that most people. Um, I didn't click the lighter. um, but most people his age, I didn't think thought as political as he does. But he actually is actually he spotted me sitting across the way, and we're sitting over there eating dinner, and he come over and I was on the phone and hugged his neck, shook his hand. I said, "Hey man, I'll be over in a minute. We'll talk." And went over and visited with him. Great people, great people. He's one of the first people that I met in Pennsylvania 11 years ago when I first came here. He was bartending, of course, and hang on here a second. I've got to catch this right quick. I'll still be here, but anyway. I'm not sure what happened there. Uh, hey, Camo Girl, how are you? Uh, oh, well, you're good. You're just listening. I'm hoping we'll get. I'm hoping. I did. Did. Hey, Red Pillin. Uh, if I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I was pretty excited because I was pretty sure that uh, Derek would hop up. Uh, okay, I got to do this again. I'm down here watching for Derek and Nick. They started out talking about there's a show here that we're going to go try out, and I'm in Pennsylvania. Uh, now, Pennsylvania. Hang on a second. Things are going for me. I was not prepared. I was really kind of hoping Michael a little bit long. Read. Sorry, that was a text message. Um, anyway, they're we're gonna he has some pictures of 14. Oh no, I'm breaking up. It says I'm in the medium. Anyway, they want to go. They're going fishing in New York. Excuse me, and I can't go next weekend. I've got to go get my trailer and start getting things back. I'm 2x2. uh, is it getting any better at all? My signal's supposed to be good, but that doesn't always mean anything. We're gonna wreck a train, you know how it is. Fresh, but sometimes I get back. Sometimes it'll end my stream. I don't do what to do. No, I haven't. I saw him over on Sage's channel. May have been today or yesterday. I can't remember. He was over there talking about trucking stuff. But no, I haven't heard from him. Oh, let me refresh the link and send it back to him. I'll probably get booted out of here doing that. If I turn my camera off, sometimes I can make it happen. There we go. We got our signal back. All right. Sorry about the awkward quietness. It's just I have a one-track mind, and that's just how it works. I'm trying to refresh the link. I'll refresh the link and I'll send it in the chat too, because if anybody wants to talk about some stuff, that'd be awesome. Refresh that, and then I'll have to send that out again. Copy. There we go. Go. All right. So anyway, it didn't pop up, did it? What the crap? Man, that gripes me. Oh, it didn't stick the link in there. What the crap? Refresh your underwear. Teddy, I ain't got no panties on. Okay. It still didn't go. I'm gonna have to refresh. Here we go. Trainwreck 1, Ms. Blue Moon. Oh my God. We made it back. Kinda, sorta, but not really. Here we go. Copy that. Throw it in here. Oh, Teddy. I got back in here for dude. Oh, live for the train. Everybody loves the train wrecks. I don't know why everybody thinks they're just so fun. I really don't. So now I got to figure out how to wreck this train and stay in this train at the same time. How about that? Watch this. Let's see if this happens. I hear you. I'm coming. See who we got in the house here. That's the full Monte. What's up, Monty?
Not much.
How are you today?
I'm all right.
How did your stuff go the other day?
Postponed until December. The prosecuting attorney was on vacation, so.
Really? Yeah. Well, that's convenient. They couldn't let you know that, so you didn't have to show up?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, well, that's terrible. Anyway.
I don't know if you saw my comment down there or not, but I was like, Lord, I hope you're not wearing no panties.
I tried to get Mike to say that when he was talking to the truckers on his show. I sent him a message, told him I ain't got no panties on because that's a common thing on the radio. uh,
Or
and
that you could say,
Mark,
I got the edibles on, the edible ones on, and their biscuits and gravy.
that's pretty rough there. I didn't go back and remod your other thing, but we have a couple of them here that are modded, right?
Oh yeah, I still got
Okay, because I knew we
three
modded.
others.
I knew we modded several. Well, I didn't go back and get it because I'll have to go back and watch the show and catch it. But yeah, use your other ones if you don't mind. I mean, or
Yeah, that means I have
whichever
to
one,
keep
whichever
switching
one.
back and forth to them. But I'll do it for you,
Okay.
buddy. I'm about ready to
Well,
start.
if
I'm about
you'll
ready to
go back
start.
and
I'm about ready to start
if
running
you
on another account, anyways, because that other one's was my personal account, and I don't know why I started my show out on it. So
oh,
yeah, I messed up.
you can actually change some of that.
It,
I'm not
it's
sure
kind of
how
hard.
you do it, but
It's
it
kind of hard
is.
to do lot of things when you're just on a phone.
Yeah, it if you it's terrible. You got to go into your YouTube studio and you got to make it a desktop.
Is there okay? I want to ask you this. I know Restream's different a little bit, but is there a way I can go in there and go to my desktop and make the Veterans Crisis Hotline a scrolling ticker without
I don't
going in and creating a show?
I don't know. Because I've actually had the same question. There's you see people put it up on their pictures all the time, and um, if it's doable from a laptop, it's doable from your desktop settings, but it
Right.
doesn't ever work for me. It doesn't ever work for
Oh,
me.
I already got one created because I have the JW PayPal one out on the scrolling ticker.
Oh,
I did
okay,
that while I was in the show though.
right, and
If
it
you get what
worked.
I'm saying. Yeah. I'm wondering if I
Okay.
can go in there without creating a show because you can ask Lisa. I tried to do that one day last week. Went in there just to adjust some things, and I had like 7 or 8 people in the chat waiting
Oh
on
yeah.
me to start the show, and I was like, I did it by accident. I'm sorry.
You're just trying to, yeah. If you create a show and it goes ahead and puts it up live, that's what it does.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Yeah,
I still
yeah.
got a show that I scheduled, and I can't get it deleted.
Oh, oh
It's
no.
out there in you. It's out there in YouTube land, just floating around, waiting for me. I don't
You may get
know.
12,000 comments on a not live show that's live.
I'm telling you, there ain't even no content on it.
There you go. It's crazy how that works. A lot of
Right?
those bigger channels, they'll do that. They'll throw uh, sorry, they'll throw their show way in advance, and there'll be 400 people there waiting, chatting back and
Yeah.
forth. Like, what the heck? Really? So I guess they're just there for the chat. I don't know. Oh. So anyway, I had an
That's.
easy day today.
Did you?
Yeah,
That's right, Sue. The show must go on.
the show must go on. That's right.
I wish there was a way of boycotting YouTube without hurting any of us.
uh,
Because Hawk had over 24 hours of that of Jilly being given birth, and they
I
took it
saw
down,
that.
citing cyberbullying. I'm like, are you serious?
I thought it was copyright.
No.
Cocktail slipper. My I refused to change those mini blinds. I had twin pit bull girls, and I left them for the very first time they were puppies, and they tore them down trying to get it out to see where I was at, and all I did was go to the bathroom in the shop. So, and that's kind of a sentimental thing. I know I'm gonna have to fix them before winter, but
Just
it does
just
kind of
throw
look
some
like somebody broke in or
just throw some blankets
go ahead.
up over them for the wintertime.
Yeah, I will have. I'll have blankets over them. I'm gonna.
Oh, I got one thing to
Um,
say. Let's
okay.
go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
I know. I couldn't help myself out on Liberty. I had to say that. Oh, well, shoot. I don't know where Derek is. I was hoping he'd pop in. He said he'd be home by 10. He may still be, and that's why he's not hopped on yet. But he's traveled the whole world. He's 30. I think he said he's 33. And he's traveled the whole world. And he said he went, I'm pretty sure it was Brazil. And he said, he had his exact words were, I recommend that every person that thinks that America is terrible go to Brazil for 2 weeks. They stand in line and wait for goods. What
Yep,
they do.
just like in Cuba.
Yes. And I don't know whether it was Cuba or Brazil that he was talking about. All over the world. He actually came from China when all the illness was going on, and he calls him super spreader. He said, "Hell, I probably had it 5 or 6 times," and he said, "I'm still kicking." But
In Cuba,
he
they got
actually had a he actually
I was just gonna say, in Cuba, there's certain days you can go get gas and you got to wait in line forever. And then
yeah
on the other days, you have to stand in line and wait to go and get any kind of groceries of any kind.
yeah yeah it's ridiculous. I mean I don't know how people think that that's going to be a good thing because it's not. But I did more reaching out into the community today, and I've been talking about the pig farmers around here. Well, they have the same problems in pig farms as they do in feedlots, and but they waste a lot of their pork because if something gets hurt that's not going to make it, that won't fatten up to be the right size, they just euthanize it, and I can go get all I want, have it processed. So anybody's close to
Yeah.
me that needs pork, I'll absolutely get it for you. We actually got on the conversation because I asked about a 50-pound pig to smoke, and he said, "Man, how many they check twice a week?" He said they go through the barns twice a week. He said we throw a lot of stuff away. And I said, well, why do we throw that stuff away? Why don't we give it to people that really use it? And he said, that's up to you. He said, I don't have time. I said, well, fair enough. I said, I'll be glad to. I'll pay the processing, and if we can figure out how to well, I know how to ship it. There's a way to ship it. Well, next day, Eric, whatever it costs is what it costs.
I'm sure there's a lot of pork in the White House set. I didn't say the actual White House. I said the set.
Did you see, Monty? Did you see Did you see Tucker Carlson said that they have a studio set
Yeah,
up?
I shared that thing. I even shared it to one friend. I was like, "Here, see if Facebook is going to nail you on this, since it came from Facebook."
Right.
And so she tried it. She's still there. She's still up and going.
That's crazy. Hello, Miss Dreamweaver. I didn't see you go by in the chat. I'm trying not to watch chat.
Hi, Mrs. Dreamweaver. How y'all doing?
So, but anyway, I was pretty excited. I'll get Derek one of these days. I may just have to go to his house and get him to come onto the show. But but he had some really interesting stuff. I was actually more excited than I've ever been to have somebody come on and talk. You know, the stuff he was saying, you're just sitting there going, "Wow, really cool." And you know, he's been around the world. I don't know that he's been all David, but um, there you go. Watch for him.
Are you needing
If
to
you
jump
go
out and
to
refresh?
corporate, now I should. Am I good? Or did it not go in?
It's still every once in a while I hear you breaking up. It's not
Yeah,
near as bad as what it was.
Okay. Well, I dropped the link. I'm looking for it in chat.
Oh, there he goes. There he went. RUNNOFT'd.
Hell. Ah, there he is. I hear him. How about now? It just turned green all of a sudden. I'll turn my camera off for just a second.
I hear you. I hear you pretty good. Did you hear what I did Friday?
What you did Friday?
So me and Diamond, Lil, and Craig was backstage and getting ready to do Jeff Riddle's Sobriety Friday. I thought I'd already hit live. So we're back there. We're rolling through it. I say the Serenity Prayer. I read Word of the Day. We're doing a little bit of comedy skit on Jeff Riddle saying he's stuck in Walmart, just living it up. I mean, for 15, 20 minutes. And Craig's like, how come I can't see chat? I was like, you should be able to, brother. He goes, I can't. He said it a couple times. A few minutes later, he said it again. I'm like, he goes, are you sure we're live? And I was like, yeah, we are. And I look up there, the counter's not moving. I look down there, the little red button that says go live. And I'm like, oh, man, I had a blonde moment.
Yeah, I've got to refresh.
Yeah.
I can't drop the link. David, hang on. I'll be right back.
Oh, good stuff, I'm telling you. Hey, 300, how you doing, brother? Valerie, Benjamin, K-Nation.
All right, I made it back. Let's go drop the link for David. Maybe.
Are
Maybe
y'all better?
Well, I don't know yet. It won't let me drop now. There it did. Yep, I saw it go that time. All right, there you go, David. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. I'll turn my camera back on. I need to turn it back off because I need to go to the bathroom. Got to go to the little boy's room.
I prefer to leave my camera off. It doesn't scare him away.
I got you. I should, but what's up, brother?
What's up, Travis?
You doing all right tonight?
What's up, Monty?
Hey, what's up?
It's another Sunday. We're above ground, so it's good.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Your sub incident gets better by the day. I'd like to know what that thing hit.
The what?
The sub that hit something in the water. They had
I hadn't heard that.
They had the SEAL team divers out there exploring the coordinates
Oh, yeah.
where the sub hit.
Right.
So they're thinking that China might have put a booby trap that when they hit a certain spot, it sent some kind of rock or something up into the sub.
Did you see that ship?
What ship?
The one that got okay, hang on. What was it? A cargo ship ran into the side of it by accident. I'm like, bullshit. That's a top of the line technology. Technology. It was just it was either a destroyer, I think is what the class of it is. And I'm like, there's no way that their
Well, that was a
sonar
while
and
ago. That,
radars.
that was a while
Yeah,
ago, right?
I think so. Yes, back in
Yeah.
I think
Right.
2017, and then the
Yeah. Yeah.
sub happened last week.
Yeah. Well, it happened, and then he kept it secret for 6 days as it limped to the port in Guam.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah,
of
The
course.
funniest one though is the captain's name. The captain of the
Yeah.
boat's name is Bill Clinton. I was like,
yeah.
you
I
can't
seen
make
that.
that shit up.
And he was standing behind the one admiral or who one of the top Navy people. When that ship I was just talking about, he was in the photo when that happened. The Bill Clinton guy, and then now
Wow.
just recently he was the one. He was the captain of that sub. All I got to say is Bill Clinton, the captain, is getting around.
No doubt.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be getting around now. He'd be going to Alaska or somewhere.
Yeah. So where are you? I know you told me 14 times, but I don't know.
I'm
I never remember.
I'm right below Shreveport, called Keithville, Louisiana.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We in the low rent district.
Gotcha.
They stopped
Gotcha.
running water and shit pipes at the city line. Uh, I mean, if you go, I'd say, I guess about 7 miles up the street. I mean,
Oh,
you got everything right there. You got every fast food and food place you can think of: Whataburger, Sonic, Walmart, Applebee's.
Oh,
God, I
okay.
can't. You can just run off the name a list, and you go to about 10 miles the other way. You hit another strip. You got everything over there. That's where all the car dealers and everything is at. Like,
Gotcha.
phew.
Gotcha.
I don't
So
know.
not much going
Lots
on in the
supposed to
world. It's
happen
kind of
this week.
quiet.
I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
what
A
they
lot's
keep
supposed to
saying.
happen this week. So we shall see, I
Hang on.
guess.
Yeah, we should.
Well, the rest of the world's already
Um,
having power outages, so supposedly that's a good thing.
yeah. Well, or is it? I mean, if
Well, I
that's a
guess it
big
depends.
that's kind of a yeah that's kind of a loaded question there.
oh,
Uh,
my
I
bad.
seen that. I seen your
Yeah,
thing, Monty. I
yeah.
was trying. I was gonna try to send. I was gonna try to copy and paste that and send it somewhere right quick. So I'll be
Oh,
absent for just a second.
I'm watching. Hang on, I'll be back.
Oh, okay, okay. But I mean, anytime that you interrupt energy in any country that we're importing from, that can't be a good thing. Um,
Uh,
that's a little bit. That should be some worrisome. Um, okay. Sniper says watch the Boston Marathon for tomorrow. That could be interesting. I hope. I hope nothing bad happens. I don't wish bad things on my worst enemies anymore. I used to. I'd get in the car and drive down there and help them out with it.
well, that
But
last incident was all planned. They knew about that.
well, and I'm wondering if that's not what's going on again.
Well, they did. Did you just see they had that mass shooting in Minnesota?
No, I missed that too. I
They had
I don't even get
that
a
happened. Supposedly happened 2 hours ago. They shot up some bar. They had like people laying everywhere.
Jesus. What is wrong
But
with people?
see it's amazing how it happens in all these cities. Oh, we need to defund the police. We need to defund the police.
Well, that's our first line of defense.
Well, it
Our
makes
police
no sense
departments are.
because, I mean, okay, you'll have your rotten apple or two in the police force, but most of them don't strap on their gun and say, hey, I'm going out and see how many points I can rack up and see how many black people or brown people or whatever color they're after for that day I can shoot. That doesn't happen.
Uh,
I mean, do some of them go nuts? I'm sure they do.
well, I don't know what's wrong with people anymore. Do you hear about the drone falling? Hang on.
Well, it must be
No,
a
I
little
did not
chilly up
see
there. I
Ristle.
see old Travis has got his filet bait sweatshirt on.
It's filet de bone, baby. Filet de
Filet de
bone.
bone.
Yes, sir. We promote Nelson every day. He's a good dude. um,
Yeah, 15 shot, 1 dead. There you go.
you tell him, Miss Blue Moon. Miss Blue Moon's in charge. If y'all don't have respect for Miss Blue Moon, she watches chat for me. She will throw you out. All she wants you to do is be respectful. She's a very, very good woman. Uh, and she's very kind. So please at least respect her. I do the, I sit here and run my mouth, and she graciously takes care of chat. Her and Monty and all the other mods, they do the best they can. Be nice to them. Hello, Tim. So anyway, um, yeah, I'd like to see something happen, David. That it would restore trust in something. I'm not sure I'm ever going to trust the system again, but we're I'm too far burnt from them. There's not a in my mind there's not a honest politician left in America. And there may be some good ones, but I think in the next election we need to um, vote every single one of them out and let them know that we're in charge. Yeah, is that going to be a problem? Yes.
Well, they got Pelosi just got caught with her hand in a cookie jar for $315 million, some kind of deal.
Well, how many of
Surprise,
those are we going to let? How many of those are we going to let go? They'll fine her for $50,000, and she walks away with 350.95 or 99950. That's what's wrong. You know, um, even when they get caught, they don't even pay back the money that they stole from us. That's right, Bridget. It's tough to even trust each other anymore. It is. Yeah, it is. It's getting harder and harder by design. We got two pops here. We have Craig the Hunter and Dreamweaver. Look at that pretty face. Look at that pretty face.
It's okay. Everything
Craig,
is normal.
You
Everything's fine. You relax. Everything gonna be okay.
that's
We just jealous of your big American penis. That's the only thing. We jealous of such a big penis. Everything gonna be fine.
You got to leave Louisiana right now.
Baby, you're gonna be fine.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Here, Craig the Hunter.
David, you no worry. I come up to Shreveport. I'll pick you up.
You want cream, my son, young
Oh
guy?
gosh,
I think I'll
can't breathe
pass
in
that
that mask.
stuff.
Oh gosh.
I think you ought to wear that mask all the time. Big improvement.
Ooh. At least I'll be safe. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, you're one of us." Yeah, yes, I'm one of you.
Fit right in with the crowd.
How you doing, guys? How you doing, Dreamweaver?
Oh,
Dave?
man, doing
Travis?
good. How about yourself?
Doing good, buddy.
My mic too loud? I always got to ask that because this thing does what it wants sometimes.
No, turn that shit up.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Song about that. Craig, how's
Hey, Craig, that mask
things
ain't
going
much
down
better.
your way?
You need to get rid of that one too.
Oh man, we're going good, buddy. It's hunting season. Already got a doe in the fridge.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm packing up ground beef right now. I got 62 pounds of ground meat off of her, so I'm putting it all in Ziploc bags and freezing it up. And it's a good thing because
fantastic.
I was on my last bag of ground beef, and then I got her the next night. So it worked out great.
That's the way to do it. If you can get most of you putting it up for stock, make some ground out of it. Definitely.
That's
especially good dough. That makes a tender burger.
Oh man, and you can use it for everything. Think about it. You could do Salisbury steak. You could do shepherd's pie. You could do tacos. I mean, unlimited. And I got some sausage still in there, and I'm going to get some more as we go. I'll get some more jalapeno cheese sausage, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's what we wait.
I'm planning on making some trips down your way. I'm going to trade you some beef for crawfish, or some pork for crawfish.
Well, man, you don't have to trade. Just come on down. We'll give you the crawfish.
Well, I'm just saying.
It's easy to get yourself down there.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is I made a deal with one of the local farmers today. They go through their farms every so many days, and if they've got a broken leg or if they got something wrong with them, they just euthanize them. I can have all I can go. Oh, heck, I can have everything I go get.
Oh heck yes.
Oh wow.
So I was actually telling people earlier, if somebody needs some pork, we'll figure out how to get it to you. I'll pay the processing. I don't care. I don't know how to do it. If somebody would show me how to do it, I'll absolutely do it myself. But that could be a big, huge impact in the times we're coming to.
Oh, you hear that, Craig? We're going to have weekly bus tours to Travis's for pig roast.
I know. Well, dude, I'm on one right now. I got one that's over 400 pounds. He looks like a VW bus. And he's been coming knocking over feeders and everything. And he's all black with one white leg. And then there's another one that's a little smaller than that one. And he's opposite. He's got the other leg is white. So I got two of them, two big males I got to take out of there. But that's good meat, man. Really good.
So you got the bad brothers in town. What it sounds like.
Man, they're destroying feeders. It's disgusting.
Oh man, they tear stuff up. Good eating the wild hog, but you got to do something with them, and they got to be cleared out because they'll just take over
about
land.
Craig the Hunter. He gets all them animals that go bonkers when he get to his house. The rooster, the pigs.
You should see the coyotes, David. The coyotes this year are out of control, man. I got to go in there and do a little coyote thinning. They're bad. So that ain't gonna be good for deer hunting either.
No, not when they move in town. Like you're saying, Travis, you were talking about some of the stuff we're ready for. Y'all happen to catch any of the cartel's greatest move here lately? Them shooting over at the National Guard.
Yeah, taunting the National Guard.
Yeah, well, no, taunting. Yeah, last night they opened fire. Fox did a segment on it today. I can't believe it made the mainstream.
Oh, you mean on the southern border?
Yes, on the southern border. Open fire on the National Guard. Well,
come on now. You got to figure the amount of the weapons they have for the amount of money they have. They got some of the best crap going.
Well, you can tell it was fully automatic. I mean, you got tracers. You got 5 tracers. You got a tracer at every fifth link, and they were flying farther than you could do a semi-automatic tracer, and especially being straight line enough, and the recoil will tell you it'd be a little more wavy. But, you know, to open it up, and you got to think about the immigrants that are passing through that area just to open fire. They're lobbing them at the people leaving. They're taunting the National Guard. I mean, of course, what I'm getting at with it is if the cartel thinks they're big enough as a syndicate to fire, to engage with small arms and fully automatic, small arms, I mean, they're probably, linked, hooked up like the Mujahideen were, the Al-Qaeda that we got into it with, some RPGs, you got grenades, mortars, small arms, but it's still enough. Afghanis gave, with those weapons and the right terrain like it is south of the border, I mean, it could be a tough fight, but you don't hear anything about getting on to the Mexican army, making them retaliate. I mean, that is when you have a mafioso syndicate that's big enough to fire on your state National Guard, your state and federal police, it shouldn't take more than 24 hours to have something said about that. That ain't ever happened in history.
I got two comments about that.
What everybody's not keen on is the biggest thing that we lost in Afghanistan. Forget all the big weapons. We have the most advanced set of night vision infrared goggles. I had tons of them get left over there. That used to be our calling card as we own the night. Well, that ain't true no more.
No. What are you gonna say, Travis, before I answer that one?
Well, I got two things to say about that, because Fast and Furious started that bullshit. And where's the leadership in this godforsaken country?
Absolutely. And then kind of like they have with that on top of David. And then it's quite funny that they opened fire at night. And they were, tracers do nothing as for let someone know you're shooting at them. I don't even know why they put them in militarized, but that is a militarized ammo can that got popped open and fired. Because, real mafioso.
But doesn't it actually help you adjust your fire when you're shooting at that magnitude?
When you're firing, probably like, let's say, wherever they were firing at to do damage, be hundreds of meters away in the night. So yeah, it shows you direction of fire. That's the idea. But if you know the direction of fire you're shooting, because you know where your front sight post is and you're firing in a direction where that tracer lets you know where the line, where you're kind of hitting at. But at the same time, a mafioso syndicate, if it wasn't to make a massive statement to show they had military ammunitions and small arms, then they would not use tracers. They'd have just opened fire and you'd have heard the pop, pop, pop. They made a statement, military statement. They might have night, might have night vision, they might have tracers, but to fire like that across that border, we're talking something ain't happened since the Alamo, and this is a crime syndicate.
Yeah, that should have been answered immediately, in my opinion.
Answered. No ROE, even the militias in the area. Kind of like right there after my duty, at least this link right here, they're down there. They're down there. They're in. They've always done the patrols and stuff like that. They just might not happen to be in that area, but yeah, you're talking about federal and National Guard and stuff like that. It shouldn't. There is no ROE. This is sovereign ground. This is sovereign ground, and you just opened up small arms engagement on federal land, if you will, federal employees. And the immigrants coming across, and there wasn't a burst back. They weren't, they basically, I guess somebody told them I shoot back. In those videos, you should instant reply fire. It don't matter which way they were shooting, you return fire. You get fire superiority,
Exactly. Well, and that even brings up something else. They're monitoring. And I don't know how accurate MonkeyWorks is, but they're monitoring that southern border all the damn time. Tell me the U.S. Tell me that's where our leadership's just failing us. There's no reason that they allowed that to happen for more than 30 seconds, because they're already on top of it. This is bullshit, and I'm pissed about it.
Oh, brother, like I'm pretty sure my wife, she can probably pull and drop the link in there just for anybody that hadn't seen it that wants to see a small clip. Now, there's other stuff around, you link to it. But I mean, they were taunting them a few days before, just hanging out, doing whatever. They knew they were being seen by drones or whatever. They didn't care. But then a few nights later, they decide they're going to dump a can over towards sovereign soil, immigrants, federal employees, National Guard, God knows who else. Because if they're firing AKs, M4s, M240 Bravos, I mean, that had to be a belt fed. I mean, even through a magazine, it's one thing, but the rate of fire and with those tracers and just the popping behind it, you can tell. I mean, definitely full automatic, probably militarized weapons that they got freshly in from the nice established new Silk Road from Afghanistan to China that we just handed them through the Taliban, whatever the case may be. And they decided to dump a can on sovereign soil. Like, this is not even a red zone militarized combat where you have ROE. This is your home, and you can come out fighting off the Constitution based off anything else. It doesn't matter who in the hell you work for. There is no ROE when someone's firing militarized weapons towards you across the border. And you don't hear nothing else across the, Fox covered a little bit, but it was a small segment. And then they're just going to ask some other senator, well, what do we do in this situation? What do we do? And then they move on to something else, picking at Biden. Yeah. Like, no, I mean, it's one thing for people to cross. It's one thing for to have illegals. But then when you have a syndicate that we know is, powerful enough, even in our country, that just thinks they can get stone cold high as they want to, drunk as they want to, and just engage across the border trying to kill people fast. We got
okay, but my sentence is, why wouldn't you call heavy lift from the Army or the Marine Corps, have 3 or 4 strikers, and each one of them drop about 10 little striker bad boys, and let them bad boys go 60 mile an hour, exactly. And just go light their butt up.
Warthog on them. Put that warthog on them. They won't do it again. But see, that's the thing, like what me and Travis were talking about maybe the other night. Thinking about Americanized Mexico, why it shouldn't be South Texas, South America, bears our name, on and on and on, bring them into their market, back their asset, go in there, clear out the cartel. I mean, there's a window. If anybody else would have done this to us, that's what we went to war with. I mean, it doesn't matter where you're at. So, people have gone to war for less. It took an assassination to create World War I, and we got a mafioso crime syndicate that can literally challenge the Mexican army, firing across the border as if this is the first time. This is the first time they made enough statement and sent enough rounds down range to, at least make the news.
But did you see when they took that one drug dealer's son in, and the guys came to the police station with like multiple cars and just lit the place up? It was about 6 months ago, I guess it was.
Yeah.
They were just poof.
Yeah, and I guess what's so big about it is this is like I said, across the border, and you can tell they were on a high rise, whether it be a mountain or a building. And they were skillet shooting, as you'd call it, almost like ducking. They was just shooting over top, hoping they were using indirect fire out of bullets. They wasn't just shooting at an object. They were lobbing them just like indirect fire, like a mortar at the same time too, but just wasting bullets. And, that tells you something. That tells you the view of things. That tells you can say what people want about who's in control and who's not in control. The problem is that two sides are fighting for control, so they're leaving a neutral door open. That's why people need to be prepared, because it's not just the two people fighting over us or the two sides fighting over us. It's also about those ones that love to take advantage of the situations, that play no side and are the true gray men theirself, and then they start showing up. Whether it be refugees, immigrants, whether they're already here and hidden, it's just the point. Why would anybody, even the cartels on them like that? They've done whatever they could to keep small heat off of them, but to just open up and hope like hell it was them, wasn't, Mexican military just having a pissing contest, but they said cartel, so I'm assuming it was be that stupid.
Just one bullet coming across that border should send off signals from hell. There's no reason we should never accept that, ever. And if us as Americans should be pissed about that. I don't get to watch any news. I don't. I work all day and then I do this all night. So I do go to town or talk to my people. That I make sure that I do that every single day. And I've got I know a lot of people here now, and I haven't been here but about a month. But it's important. Know who's got your back and know whose back you got. Just like the guy, the pig farmer over here. The pig farmer over here today, he's like, "Yeah, man, we just kill those things and we throw them in this vat." I was like, "Really?"
And some people,
I said, "I want one." Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was saying, and some people would hear it and they'd say, "Well, things got to happen twice. Things are, they're already one. This, that, and the other. The ending is not for everyone. How do you know the ending's for you? How do you know?"
You don't.
Which you can see with your eyes, but the ending is not for everyone. But you think you're part of the everyone because you might be in a sense of righteousness because you're in the inside understanding, but yet everything around you shows you the attention to stuff that's been told to you for 40 years by other sources that something else stepped in and took its name. And it's telling people to trust the plan, and it's just a movie. When it comes to these type of areas,
it might be just one shit show to another shit show. Just wearing
and that makes it that's a universal change. That is two corrupt powers going after two different agendas. And what we know as neutral ground, which we would call it God territory, we call it spiritual territory. The universe always reacts to the two polarized sides, and
yes.
That's a lot what I like. That's why I think, you're talking about dual nationships trying to pop up. Doesn't mean they're going to work. Hell no. No, they ain't meant to work. It's meant to divide. It doesn't have to work to divide. And they can do stuff like that and run people through the sickness, through the mass, through anything else like these areas, out of those areas into major metropolitan places where they can get the land, where they can push the green bill. So no one knows about trusting a plan when the faces behind each plan, at least the one that we openly see known as Lockstep, came out and said, this is what we're going to do. This is public, public pay, Event 201, 2030, Great Reset, whatever you want to call it. Klaus Schwab. I mean, when someone can make Wikipedia with his own biography saying that he is known for basically toppling democratic governments or capturing democratic governments, what if you or I were named as capturing democratic government? We'd be behind bars dead. These people are allowed to walk and do whatever. And these other people that are fighting on the other side that have a plan, whether it be turn church to state and go to another tyrannical issue, in which it never is. I mean, it's just like watching the chess game. There's one end agenda, but it's a game. It's a game to those that create the very society that you follow. They say follow the money. These people are the money. They create the money. They create the point system known as our dollar system. And
that's right.
It's like, and they create the bear trap of necessity need. We need this, we need that. They want you to know what you need. And then that's their two agendas meeting in plain sight. How would you bring an old school conservative base, or even say my age, 33 and up, over to a new understanding, like let's say in the 17th letter of the alphabet, bringing the esoteric side of Gnosticism into the New Age Christianity? They're bringing gematria, and they're calling it God's word. But go to a modern day Christian here. Well, if they're not supposed to be part of the esoteric, well, what do you think numerology is? That's where you get the angel numbers and the meaning by the word. So they're bringing in the very aspect of things that are from the very very teaching of the very people that they're saying are bad. And how do you bring them over to that new side? How do you get them to understand the QFS system, the quantum financial system, to bring them over to the esoteric side, to bring them over to the new Green Deal, that's where you come in with you can call it a side, you come up with the 17th letter of the alphabet, you tell them to trust a plan, to give them the very thing that they have been told to not like, to not this, that, and the other. You tell them the truth. Tell them the truth doesn't mean they're on their side. We deal with people now, tell you what they're going to do before they do it. That's part of the Hermetic principle. You're battling against people that know the universe, that we're given universal law and Hermetic principle. these principles, the core principles of what runs the psychology and social engineering aspect, is being shown on both sides, and neither side knows the agenda. But there's one formulating, which is the one calculated, that's not talked about right in front of people.
Right. They show us their face all the time. Part of the problem is I was actually talking to Lisa today, and she lives in North Carolina, and people still aren't paying attention to what the hell's going on. They don't have a clue. You know, when I go to town, we went to the Eagles and had dinner this evening, and I was sitting around there talking to those people, and they're like, no, I don't know. Well, then I actually I was in the middle of a phone call, and buddy of mine come over there, and he said, "Hey, Pee Wee," that's what they call me. Shook my hand, and I said, "Hey, man," I said, "I'll come back as soon as I get off the phone." So I went over there and talked to him, and that's why I was hoping he would come on tonight, because he's traveled the world and he's seen all this stuff as it's unfolded. He came from China in 2019. The end, maybe been the first of 2020. So he calls himself a super spreader. He said, "I'm still doing great."
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, he's not a super spreader. You gotta fall for it to be a super spreader. If you don't fall for it, you're a super blocker, if anything. I saw in the chat somebody said somebody had said that they were a new subscriber, which is cool. Welcome to Travis's channel.
Oh, thank you.
But he asked what was I saying? And what I'm saying is we have multiple narratives. You got a mainstream narrative, which I don't know what side of the fence you might be on, but here we might consider it not the most honest one, but there's another side that's pushing from, you might know the letter, and that's what I mean, is that there's these narratives that are guiding two major areas of understanding, different ways to the same pond to drink from. If you get, I can't say a lot of things that won't get Travis's channel in trouble.
Very, very well put. Very well put.
And,
you and I agree on that for sure.
And basically saying there's something that's standing in the field behind it, which is the neutral zone, which is where a lot of people are sitting that are watching what we're seeing unfold. So you're watching something unfold different than the two narratives being basically pushed with what you see with your eyes. So you're seeing multiple narratives, I guess you say, contradict each other, and people are feeling a different way than all of them, regardless of people's temporary eyesight on one. You might believe one day, one the next, this, that, and the other. That is a esoteric process to control. Trauma is the essence to control. That's what I mean.
Yes. Go ahead, Monty.
I'm stuck up here. I had such low signal a while ago. Dreamweaver, I'm glad you're feeling better.
I know, Travis, man. Me too.
Travis, can you kick me out? I can't even hit the leave button.
Help! If you're listening, Lord, help!
I can. I've never heard anybody say that before, but I will kick you out, brother.
Don't ban me, just kick me out.
I did. There you go. Sorry, man.
Okay, good. Well, the guy Mitch is his name. He said he gets kind of where I'm going with it. And one of my biggest issues of what I'm getting at with it is people told someone that has, at least, I don't care what you believe, and I am not like where I don't worship anything. The only thing I worship is the essence of God within myself that I feel in my gut, I see with my eyes, and with the wisdom that's given to me. And but at least there were someone, and he goes by last name of Jones, who has been trampled on by a certain letter and a certain democratic movement. And for 25, actually almost 30 years, he dropped the Lockstep project. And these are all public documents. That's why you don't have to read into anything. These people tell you what they do, what they're going to do. They tell you who they are and have told you who they are since the ancient of times. And so
nobody pays attention to it.
Yeah, because Jones, the people he knew, and they gave him this information to be where he's at, to be the fund that broke it after Y2K. This is not new information with what we're seeing. But the other narrative saying that, it's about 50-50. One wants to keep you 50-50, the other wants to keep you 50-50. So, it's kind of like how they design the government. If you got, you got the three branches of government, or we're going to do it like a bird. If you got a left wing and a right wing, and the head's divided from the left wing to the right, it's a dead bird. It's a dead bird.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so we've had someone like Jones follow and drop since the beginning. He's not like a Trump or anything like that you follow and worship in any such sense, but you've had someone that's been stabbed, that has got on live CNN, NBC, The View with those snakes, and has had a chunk bit from his ass and been given this information. And he's needed a lot of apology from those deep communities. He's made these others like a fool, and people are searching so deep into things and putting things that are not there, because that's what happens with polarization. When they use the Hermetic principle, polarization is one thing. You can take polarization, run with it as far as you want, such as a 20-foot craft in the sky saving children. I don't care how extraterrestrial belief that you are, or what high technology that there might be. That's fine. But how are you going to convince the nation that'll save you from that? Because if they come out of the sky, well, half of them going to die anyway. So knowing that they're up there and coming down doesn't really matter. It's the point of what can you do to change the ground, to take the ground. And that information's been there. And we haven't been seeing Doomsday Prepper since 2012 for no reason. It's a game to them. They created theater. They gave you chess, which is a board game you look at, and it's got a bunch of little pieces in a board, but it's got 1,000+ strategies you'll never know, never figure out, and it can never be played the same. And now they're creating a AI system and saying, I tell you what, when the lights go out, we're going to put Starlink and QFS. But don't worry, the other stuff is of the cabal. Don't worry. You'll be free from things, but we're going to set it up, and then we're going to turn it on. And we have, we 1% want you 99% to have it better than us. It don't matter if we play a game together. We rub shoulders together. We want to have better for us. We don't want to put our hand up your ass and make you a talking Muppet.
They did that to they already did that to the top people in the.
No, everybody's voice is about 3 decimals higher, and it's
exactly. Well, what I'm seeing here is a mirror image. I'm seeing the mirror image. Both sides are preaching the same shit, trying to eat the middle, and I know I say that a lot.
Yeah.
But there's too many. The left screams free. Now the right, and I'm not saying all the right, but a lot of the right's going, oh, QFS. It's the same fucking thing, people.
It's the same damn thing, Brad.
Falling for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's crazy. I always tell my wife all the time, talking about representatives and politicians. Republicans are greedy, Democrats are thieves. That's all you need to know if you're talking economic side. So if they're like that, they're both wanting the same with just different outlooks. They want, kind of like how when you go to school or when you're in the military, first platoon can be against second platoon, but you'll still fight together. Where do we think we get that in our psychological membrane? Where does the macro meet the micro with this? Because we are taught the same thing that they are doing. They are not, players get killed, sportsmanship people get killed. Things happen amongst them because people get a little out of control. They're human; they can't help that. But ultimately, they are a university that has their own little esoteric teams, and somebody wants to bring home the gold, and you just happen to be the recreational gear that they're going to use.
Right. Well, we're all just chess pieces to these people. None of them care about anything. They don't even, I don't think they absolutely even give a shit about humanity anymore. It's all about themselves. It's all about themselves now.
If you understand your own psyche, if you believe in, spirit, very spiritually, especially even if you're, Christian, that we're all connected through the essence of God, or through the essence of the consciousness, what that drives the power in our brain that created us out of sheer will, whatever that might be. We're all somehow connected. And if you believe it with these type people, they're absolutely there. I mean, of course, there's a conspiracy. There's always been a conspiracy. The country was founded on conspiracy. Every government, religion, almost every tribe built within a tribe was built from a conspiracy. That's how you have breakaway civilizations. We don't like these bastards. We going tonight. We gonna get them.
Right.
Let's see. What's that "Let's Go Brandon" stuff supposed to be? I've been wondering what that, because I follow a lot of where that probably comes
they
from.
Had a CNN reporter.
They were screaming "Fuck Bo Biden," and he thought they were saying "Let's go Brandon."
Ain't no way. Shit.
Yeah, the NASCAR stand was going "Fuck Biden, fuck Biden," and the CNN reporter is so stupid. She goes, "Oh, let's go, Brandon. Well, they really love you."
I can see
he's just looking at her like, he's just looking at her like, "Are you that stupid?"
I can see that ignorant broad beside him. They just love you, honey. They just love you. Where's this Brandon fella? They sure love him.
Tennessee, there you're in the green now, brother.
What's going on, Tennessee?
Man, I'm sorry, man. I've been having major signal issues. The last week, trying to get up on panel with you and Liberty. Holy shit, they're on me. They're on me.
Around my way too. A lot of internet stuff's screwy, very screwy.
Yeah,
man. I tell you one thing real quick. The chart score is true. My company runs me from Michigan to Iowa for the first, and then Iowa down to Virginia. And the last 2 weeks, just a week alone, I-94 to I-80 down there at 80-90, 3 charter buses, convoy, 6 cops around them. They're doing everything. They ain't going 80, or maybe some bitches going 90.
Absolutely.
No marks either. And
blur.
Man,
blur at that point.
Oh, I'm telling you.
What do you think's going on with that?
I don't want to get your channel taken down down in the south of the, down there.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're being flown in airports. The airports are picking them up and spread them to major cities.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, I call them riot squads. Is what I call them, Tennessee. When they was talking about bringing them in, I said they bringing in riot squads. When I was serving, they knew a 3,500 man strong terror. And I mean, well, I'm not gonna say the T word, but of a cell of people that don't like us that trained openly, and they were just gonna watch them. They were under surveillance, but they knew who they were. Hell, we was fighting them over there, but they knew who they were over here. But we're gonna watch them over here. I gotta go. And it's for life.
It's the state patrol these motherfuckers. It's the state cops escorting these assholes. What the fuck?
Absolutely. They did that. They did that study not too long ago.
David, I want to give you props. Give you props real quick, man. For David, they was freaking right on the money. When Teddy was up on Liberty yesterday night, you were on money. Man, I want to high five you. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I'm sorry, and sometimes analytics don't match experience.
Oh, I heard today Schiller will be silenced. He's going to the brig for a good 2 to 3 years. The Marine Corps is not playing with him. They dropping a hard hammer on him.
Yeah. I said that
he was stupid enough to run his mouth to his XO and brought up the January 5th insurrection. Ooh, major red flag. Dude, they have him. There's no way his lawyer is going to be able to sweet talk him out of going to jail. He's going directly to the brig for at least a year or two to shut him up.
You talking about the lieutenant colonel?
Oh, yes.
Okay, exactly, brother.
Plus the book that he had out on his shelf prominently behind him when he was sitting in the bus is a book for radicals and revolution. His lawyer's trying to say, well, he never read it. And the Marine Corps is saying, why was it on your shelf if you didn't read it and don't believe it?
Absolutely.
The Marine Corps not playing. I saw the charging things. They're coming after him like a raging bull.
Well, here's the thing. Think about if I just walked into the CP area and just walked into my damn first sergeant and said, you know what? You screwed up. Even with all due respect, first sergeant, my ass would get smoked 10 ways from Sunday, pick up an Article 15 as long as your damn leg for insubordinance. And he didn't even have the smartness to jump on and say, and I'm not suicidal. And you're going to say these things. And right before you go in, the very people you're speaking to, you criticize basically their president for you go get dropped in. And you might try to save yourself on the way out. And whether he had to give himself or not, the point is, like he says, he comes out and says the very thing he wants people to back him. And what if he would have got 1,000 Marines to back him?
He had 3 bites of the apple. The Marine Corps said, okay, you can retire, you can shut up, we'll give you your pension. He chose not to do that. I don't understand his end game. He accomplished absolutely nothing.
Me neither, because he could have took it and got out.
He's a martyr and all this other stuff. No, he
could have took it and got out.
They got this.
And then
they got this other one now. He joined the Marine Corps in 2017. He's of Indian descent. He's a Sikh, right? He knew he's going to have to shave his beard and wear like everybody else. 5 years later, now that he's a captain, he wants to wear his turban and wear a beard. Well, okay, they were nice enough to say, okay, while you're back here in the United States on base, you can do that, which is BS to begin with. But now that wasn't good enough. So now I'm going to sue the Marine Corps because he wants to go do it when he goes on combat duties and all this. And he's in the infantry. I'm like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I saw a comment in the chat like, nah, Booker, you can read whatever you want, definitely military wise. That's not the biggest. We're not saying that's the mistake. The mistake is turning down his source to protect himself, and it doesn't matter about your belief. You know, if my belief is to stand up in a firefight and catch a bullet to be a hero when I can, if I'm outnumbered in a bad combat situation and can fight better another day, get out. Move, communicate and get out with that. And I guess that's some of the issue was how he came on. He came on strong. And my thing with 1,000 Marines, what if he would have got them? They'd all went with him. Everyone that would have went with them. And if someone's in control, why did this happen to this man? Because it's not a movie. That's reality. This happened to this lieutenant colonel, I'm not saying we're going to
it also happened to the next 150 people that were under his command.
He came on a liberal-based platform and questioned that, and didn't do it with like I would call them defense words. In other words, to make it seem like if you get disappeared, you won't be disappeared on. There you
go. Well, he didn't come in with a trump card of having this as something to back him up. I got this on this person, yada yada. He came in with no plan, and it's like, you mean to tell me you're going to give up a $68,000 pension in 3 years to be stupid? Yeah. I mean, fine, you can have your beliefs, but when you reach a certain level, you reach the general level. Ain't nobody throwing rocks at you.
Don't pull the.
Ain't nobody throwing rocks at you from below.
Yeah, don't pull the grenade.
All right, Cousin Lonnie just popped up. You're echoing a little bit, and your signal's
like
terrible.
Don't pull the grenade unless your plan expected to go boom.
Yeah, exactly. Don't put damn grenade.
Okay, go get your headset. Go.
I'll be back.
Right.
Bye.
All right. See you in a minute.
So yeah, that's the biggest issue was how he came out. That's what worried me when people were like, "Man, we're gonna get this man." They were emotional, and it was like, "Hold on now, because something happened to this guy."
When he said that we're going to bring the system down and we're going to revolutionize and all that, you can't throw them words out in the military.
Man, and that's my thing.
They just got documents to hammer him on it.
It's like he lit the fuse for everybody to follow him straight to the explosion. You know, like if everybody would jumped on real quick. I mean, we're talking we're dead in Operation Lockstep. Dead in it.
I feel sorry for the 150 people below him because they got spread far and wide.
Oh yeah, just I mean,
they came in the next
with
day.
a dry thumb. They didn't even.
Oh yeah, know. He said, "Here's your TOD. Here's your TOD. Here's your TOD. Here's your TOD." And they all in BFE.
Yeah,
they're scooping shit boxes in bumfuck Egypt.
Exactly.
Lighting a shit bag and stepping on themselves. They forget the next process.
Yeah. Tennessee, you're in the red, brother. I'm pretty he thinks that Google's I won't even say the rest of it. Yeah, you're probably right. Now you're just green as a gourd.
Something's going on with the actual I guess you saw it called the connection because it's not just him, it's down here too, just all day. Because I'm of course in the crypto, not gonna go on a rant about it. Just saying in it, and it's markets are real slow. Like there's something tweaking. There's something tweaking around with it. So.
Oh yeah, well they're playing right now until they actually take the crap down, which I have a feeling is coming real soon. Because everything
I think the markets are fixing to take a big hit.
Well, the markets are. I got a feeling they're ready to crash in the next week or so.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to crash and they're going to shift the economy. That's how they're going to bail themselves out. That's why I talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a QFS system. That's what they're going to bail themselves out with. I promise you, and you'll see. Because when it recovers.
Oh, did you hear Jeff B said that they had a ton of fighters over Dementia Boy's house?
Oh no, I didn't catch that one, Dave.
He said there was a crap load. He even called Monkey Works, and Monkey Works said, "Yeah, there's a crap load of tankers up over Wilmington, Delaware." He said, "So that means there's a crap load of fighters that are up already in the air."
Yeah, well, like I said, either scenario that comes out of it, whether it's lockstep or it is somewhat of a takeover, it's not like you just sit there and trust the plan and then hold this, that, and the other. There's a recovery process. So even like I said, I'm always which side of the narrative, whatever works out. You've been told one for about 40 years, and then then one jumps in and takes the other name for the 40 years, but on a different with a different front man. And that's why I think it's something in between. They didn't develop this out of nothing. Because Q is not as old as the narrative we've been told for a long time. It just kind of popped up telling you the very things that Project Lockstep's not supposed to, but see, in order to pull, if you believe the way they believe, to pull the karmic reoccurrence off them, they got to tell you what's going on. So that's what always worries about that narrative. Even if that narrative is true with the boom, 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 well, the boom, boom, boom still gonna put you on your ass.
Hey, Travis, you need to make up some gematria. You can be like -48, man. He's been all over the place in the last 3 weeks.
I wish I could get on with that, fool.
I do have something to say, though.
I don't know. I think them boys over there at the Heat Show tonight were all drunk because they were having a laugh fest.
Hang on, David.
Now.
Hang on, David. I was gonna mention to your wife, Ms. Dreamweaver. I modded you so you can drop links in the chat because Dreamweaver said that you had some links, and you're absolutely welcome to. There's Lonnie back. Let's talk to Lonnie for a minute.
Okay. Hey,
we got to get that on. There we go.
The cartel engagement is what I was talking about off our library. So.
There we
still
go.
got an echo?
Hey, Lonnie, what's up, brother?
No, you sound good.
No,
Lonnie.
the echo is gone, bud.
Good.
That's my cousin. This is Dreamweaver, David, Tennessee Patriot. How's everybody doing?
I think I
by
bet.
the way, can you tell I'm in Pennsylvania now?
Perpetual.
What is it? Oh shit.
Perpetual IPA. You can only buy it here. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. Hell, I just got back. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I ain't got nothing to add because I just got here. I was
You good?
me and Megan ran down to I went to Wilson, North Carolina, ate at a real good steakhouse, then ran to Hampstead, North Carolina, and played around Topsail Beach, and then we went down to Norfolk and went to a nice hotel there and just had a good time. Just got home.
Fantastic.
There ain't nothing wrong
I hope
with
y'all
that.
had a good time.
We had a
Sounded to me
blast.
like you did. Yeah.
You can
Good
get me
deal.
and Travis no steak leftovers.
There wasn't no leftovers, man. That when they give you a 16-ounce cab center cut steak, it's just unbelievable.
You feel obligated.
Megan says hi.
How you
Hi,
doing,
Megan.
girl? How you doing, girl?
Said, how you doing?
She's a sweetheart.
She's beautiful. It was her birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, she said thank you. I can't let her talk because the headset thing. If I take it off headset, this new phone, boy, I guess it gives you guys all kind of echo.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah. Probably just that small speaker catching this voice, the recurring, the retracing sound of the voice.
Possibly.
Probably.
Something like that. Makes sense. My redneck logic, hey, he talk close to something.
Because they come from China.
Yeah. It might be them talking back with you. Hell, you never know.
So
they all do.
So anyway, let me interrupt for a minute, Lonnie. Dreamweaver's only a couple hours from Lebanon, Tennessee, and I want to know when the fuck we're going fishing.
I want to go. I got some private stuff I want to talk to you about. North Carolina a little bit later.
Okay.
I'm going to be going down every other weekend for a while, and we'll talk more about that later.
Okay.
So, I mean, that books me up quite a bit, but it needs to be done.
Okay.
There's
you need help. All you got to let me know.
Nope, I appreciate you.
They also just that time of the year, the fall harvest. That's when stuff starts popping up. You got the November, December, January area, so everybody's scraping for space.
I got a good buddy down there that just he's got to have some back work done, and he's going to need a lot of help. And so I'm going to spend my time helping him.
That's actually what we're going through too. I got my mother, my grandmother, and my aunt playing musical hips. They did the other ones, and now they're waiting to do the next one. So we play musical hips up in Alabama over here. So I get it, definitely.
I understand.
So you're gonna be able to run like 45 miles an hour when they get done?
I hope so.
Good chance.
Yeah. If they
like
do,
like the $6 million man.
Whatever their belief is, I'm putting in my pocket because I'm gonna save it for later. Because I don't know what the hell they'd be believing in if they start running. My mother, she's had 4 bullets in her head. She starts running 40 miles an hour. We're gonna go down her spiritual path.
Well, I tell you what, if I drop something on the floor, it's worth picking it up.
Music.
Yeah.
What's that, Lonnie?
I said, if I drop something on the floor, it's work just picking it up, and I ain't had a hip replacement.
Ain't nobody paying you either. Ain't nobody paying you. You just think shit. Well, shit.
It's coming eventually.
You may miss it the first 2 times you bent over too.
Yeah.
No, you're exactly right.
That's the bad part.
Yeah.
Yep.
You fellas ever get a chance to go to Norfolk, Virginia? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I said, if you guys ever get a chance to go to Norfolk, Virginia, stay at the Hilton, Maine, and it is just unbelievable. I mean, nicest place I've ever stayed in the world. I don't like seafood, but Megan does. Everything there is fresh
like
caught.
Maine, M-A-I-N?
Yeah, it's Main Street's what it means.
But I'm just asking for the spelling.
And
if you're like a horse or the street.
No, I got you. And if you go there, we got there and the wind was blowing about 40 miles an hour because it was just a bad day. And you don't even have to go outside. There's everything. I'm a pool shooter. I try to play a little at it. And they got pool tables, they got bars, they got restaurants. Hell, you can shop if you want to.
Well, they would have to kick me out of the seafood. I've been in there for about 3 hours. They're like, "Sir, you got to go."
Absolutely. Be snacking on a shrimp, knocking that 8-ball in the pocket.
Like, shrimp and them damn scallops. Woo!
Uh-huh.
Well, Megan was dressed up all nice in cute little black dress. I'm wearing shorts and a collared black shirt, and I walked in, realized I was underdressed. She was dressed spot on, but
you came dressed as a professional to eat.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, exactly. You came up as a professional. You gotta have room to walk.
Well, at least they didn't ask you to walk back out and change your pants.
They got to get out your way. You need room to walk. You can't wear no, slacks that keep you straight up. They call them slacks, but you got to walk straight.
You got to get the new pants that got that stretch fit.
Yeah, we went out in the front of this place, and they got these scooters. That are, you just walk up and you put it in your phone as an app. It's called Lime or Line or something like that. Yeah, it's a blast, man. We're riding around, and I never thought about it. I could have got a DUI.
That's true. That is absolutely true. Where I'm getting
you only find that out after you're laying on the ground all messed up and ugly.
Look, Alabama's lawnmower DUI is probably just as high as the damn car DUIs.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, if somebody can't make a store get their 16-ounce beer or whatever else, they're gonna take a damn lawnmower. Hell, I don't blame them.
That's like here they take them big ATVs with a cage over them, but they don't legal on the street. Mom, down the road they go.
I'm telling you, hey, you want to have a good time that night? Put your thumb out. I'll jump on his John Deere with his ass. We'll go straight up to Shell.
About 2:30, 3 o'clock, you can hear him cranking up and going down my street. I know where they're going.
Like I said, when they make it about 4 or 5 times from the store, because they don't even that damn lawnmower's autopilot. They just lay the head on the steering wheel and it goes straight.
We had an old boy back in our hometown that drove a Poppin' Johnny. I don't know, probably 12, 15 miles. Hey, Travis, am I lying or what? 12 or 15 miles to town, 12, 15 back. Rode it in the ditch.
Yep. And then, he finally started riding the horse to town.
But yeah, you can get DUI basically on anything motorized. So yeah, their scooter, I guess, could have definitely counted too. But at least you can get away. You can get out. You might get away from it pretty quick. You can be like, I had at least 1 foot on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know if it. I think they try to leave the tourists alone, so I was going to be okay either way. Because I was racing in the street, I about got hit by 2 cars, and it wouldn't have been their fault. Hell, I got on it.
I was fixing to say, no, they put that shit there for fun.
I say something wrong again.
No, Lisa's in North Carolina. And she said, John has his own place and stuff, but she's offering to help take care of him too, because she's in North Carolina. I don't know how far apart her and John are. Lisa's good people.
He ain't gonna take it.
I know, but it was just an offer. It was just an offer. We got a lot of good people in our chat. Good people. Well, we got 100 watching right now. I never would have dreamed we'd have got 100 watching. They probably come to watch Dreamweaver because he's way more interesting than I am.
If they can hang in there when I go on my long ass rants, I guess they can. They can watch away.
But I think you and your wife both are mods in here, and you can drop links or stuff that's interesting. People will pick it up. If you'll
she
comment
dropped that.
there,
I saw it come. Yeah, I saw it come up.
Okay.
She dropped that one about the cartel shooting across the border, and just so people can get on that and kind of follow it, because just to see what maybe said about it, because you can formulate a great opinion when you got a mafioso syndicate dropping military arms over the border, like just because they want to, and they're up there drinking and smoking.
But you got to figure too, the National Guard probably got rules of engagement out of their ass, and they probably got no ammunition, probably got no comms, probably got not a damn thing they need to be there.
Absolutely.
Right.
That was my thing. If the National Guard's there and you station them there, what the hell you mean you don't have a QRF? You got the wrong National Guard station down there.
Oh, well, thanks, Tennessee Ridge Runner.
I was watching today. A thing about all these business owners that are mandating certain things at work, or you can't stay working.
Yeah.
And I actually went and got it live from the source. It was never an executive order, and it was never. It takes 6 months to go through the process before it's even legal to even try to put out there, because it has to be vetted. Well, come to find out, every one of these business owners that are acquiring certain things right now, and they're getting rid of their employees, are all liable for suit.
Of course.
We've said that.
Absolutely.
We've said that all along. I've said that all along.
Well, the news came out with it today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Really?
And that's what's so crazy.
Now, you didn't see it on Main Street News. Sorry.
No, here first. Breaking
that,
news here on my channel, goddamn.
Like I said, that's what's so crazy about these sides. Honest to God, they like to say World War II, and I'll say it 100 times. They created the war. They funded both sides of it. Tried to kill everybody. Everybody had 9 kids. Something universal is popping out of that, because, I mean, when things like that, I mean, of course they're liable for suit. Power corrupts absolute power. And it's like they don't even think about it. The corruption runs so deep, they don't even think about it.
No. Never even a second thought.
What we got in the chat? If we have no papers, I thought you said pepper. But yeah,
I got my papers right here. I show them to you.
I know, right?
I got mine.
That's why, exactly. That's why I say picture means 1,000 words, much less what a posture does.
Well, you saw the airlines are canceling all these flights because they got nobody to fly them.
Well, yeah, but you got to look at the whole understory of that. You remember all those other companies that weren't requiring all that stuff? There was 2 that came out and said they were. Rest of them said they weren't. Well, the truth was, all of them came out and said they were. They just weren't announcing it publicly. So when all their pilots and all their people started walking out, they got their hand caught in the cookie jar, and it became public. That was on Fox News.
Yeah. Like I said, they like to cut. I don't know. They entice, especially with a lot of this narrative. They come on, they entice the people by telling them what they do. Nothing comes of it, and they just keep piling on. And to me, and like I've always seen, they induce that trauma, because trauma is the essence to control. Just keep bringing it on. Make yourself feel inferior to the system, no matter what. When you get the documents in front of you, tell you that you control the system, especially you in the collective, and they just keep that little one person can do one thing that the 99% can't. And that creates trauma. That creates a psychological trauma through a programming, a television, a tele-live vision or whatever. Keep you programmed through a channel that tells you you're inferior to the very system that you're supposed to prosper.
But I seen something today, and I hate this word. I won't say that word. I haven't had time to check and see if it's real, but evidently there was a hospital in Texas that the entire staff walked. They left minimal there so that because I don't know if you know this, if a nurse walks out in the middle of a shift, it's abandonment. You can actually go to jail for that.
It's a federal deal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but they left minimal staff there, and the rest of the hospital walked out. Now, I haven't had time to check on that and make sure it's true, so I might be throwing some crap out there.
Well,
but
it has happened. It has happened. I
think it happened today.
Yeah, there's a lot of statistics with not necessarily statistics, but there's a lot of stories that are coming out that are just kind of like that. And they're coming out and they're talking about, that they were on these wards. This is why they walked out, because the one person that went under, say, the ventilator or whatever the case may be, all died. But the one person that was addicted to drugs, got mad, he was in the hospital and ripped the tube out, is the one that survived. The one out of everyone they put under there.
That wouldn't surprise me.
The one that woke up and said, "Oh, hell no, y'all keep me in here and regulate me," ripped it out, was the only one that survived. So, and they are, they're walking out.
Dreamweaver.
I just seen that. I agree with him.
Lonnie was a trauma nurse for 19 years.
Oh, absolutely. And that's who's these people are talking. They're they're trauma nurses.
But I'm just saying. But I'm saying when he agrees with you, I'm like, okay, man. But I wanted you to know that he was a trauma nurse.
They're seeing the exact opposite of what that their motto is. It's kind of like maybe in the service. You got your core Army values, and you're watching these values being put to the test because someone says, "Oh, well, someone from higher up said it." Out of my control, and you're not even questioning it. But we took this job thinking we have a moral mindset. We have a moral obligation, which is what would lead a lot of people in. The core values led me in to go put my boot in someone's ass. So if someone wants to go save someone's got even higher moral obligation to their self spiritually, to their self and their beliefs and their core societal values. And then they're seeing this stuff being done to people. And the exact opposite has happened. And even on the very, let's say website of the people pushing this narrative, they give you the contradictions, but yet you got the people, your place of employment, and the people that slick their hands saying otherwise, but yet you're working for the very people that are giving you the methods to take care of these people, and you're higher up saying, "Oh, hey, someone else is calling. We're going to give them this R medicine. We're going to put them, just stabilize them like this." And they didn't even need it. They didn't need it, and they didn't have to have it till they got there. And you have people, trauma nurses saying, "Well, I don't have to be at your level, a resident. I can tell you this person don't need it because I'm going to promise you the nurses take care of you better than any doctor necessarily does." That's usually one that either bypasses the doctor's orders because they call bullshit, or they're the ones that actually help you. The nurse, the backbone of the health society is tired of it. They didn't sign up for that. They're walking out.
Mm-hmm. Being gross.
Hey, I have a question for Dreamweaver. Do you think these med bed shit actually exist?
Not like they're saying. The med bed is the ambrosia of the gods. That's when you can take the blood, you can take the red blood cells of a younger man and run it through yourself and catch the stem cells in every biological way out and make yourself feel better. That's the real med bed. But the other med bed, they got technology they're probably not telling us about. But as it's going to be introduced to the public in the timeline that's being pushed, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Tell me a little more about this med bed. What you're talking about?
Oh, there's this narrative.
Well, supposedly it's like a big recliner that you sit in, and they have different ones. Going by what some of these people are saying, they can regrow limbs, they can regrow teeth, they can fix whatever ails you. They can, as you sit in the right one, it can unscrew your mind if you're all screwed up mentally.
Based off the essence of just pure energy. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. But that's what their essence is. They can heal you through the essence of just pure energy and what they're calling 5D ascension. So it's a 5D ascended medical piece is what it is. And this is a very strong narrative of a certain letter of the alphabet that's pushing it, that has millions of people on lockdown. So I'll be right back.
Oh, you're good, brother.
Man, I don't know enough about it to talk intelligently.
Well,
I don't know much about. I don't know much about nothing to talk intelligently, but I'm doing my best.
But the problem is now that you heard it, you'll start researching it, and we're going to get it back. I don't believe the med beds are real.
I can't see that that's anything that's real in the United States. And I tell you why.
How about worldwide?
If worldwide, maybe, because and it's possible. If it works, we won't use it. There's no money in the cure.
That's exactly what I say.
Well, that's
just
like
big pharma pushing everything.
Just like these drugs that kill this coof. They're all cheap.
So would you agree that the medical industry is now an industry and not health care?
Right now, they're doctors of death, because if you're in a motorcycle accident, you would normally, if your legs broke, they'd fix your legs first. But that ain't their first project. It's oh, have you been jabbed? Have you been jabbed? Do you have this? Do you have that? Like, no, just put my leg back together. We're worried about that bullshit down the road.
Right.
You know, that's like having a pimple
I
on
don't
your
know what
nose.
I'm allowed to say, but I believe there's Republicans, there's Democrats, and there's pharmaceutical. It's a whole nother party.
Well, it's a shitbird of all different colors, blue, red, and brown.
I won't disagree with that, but I'm just telling you, it's the driving party.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump out. I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah. So we got someone. They're gonna explain it from what they understand. The med bed is using frequencies, and they are actually real ones right now. But they're not well known, and they grow and fix everything. Not yet. Not those ones do has in California. Yes, those are the new technologies coming out, but the ones that are being put out, they're being told that are in the essence of use that are saving children at this moment with a 20-foot craft above us to make people believe that there is. They are talking about the ones that use the essence of frequency and light that were given by an extraterrestrial society dating back to the Sumerian times. So basically they're saying Enki and Enlil and the Epic of Gilgamesh. So Gilgamesh has brought you a med bed. That's the med beds they're talking about. So,
but Dreamweaver, the craft is 20 miles long. 20 miles long.
Well, exactly, and this is not like just a typical narrative to poke at. This is a narrative.
But it's 200 meters. But it's 200 miles long inside. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, exactly. Like, huh? And you 5D, you 5D ascend ass up on the way to get it. But
I don't know who John is, but he's right. Big Pharma buys politicians on both sides. I completely agree with that.
Well, and that's what we said. We say that all the time here. We're looking at a mirror image of Jasar Nassar and free shit. Yeah. They're both preaching the same thing, attacking the middle, and everybody's eating that shit up.
Like I said, how do you get an old conservative base over to a new idea that is beyond their normal society structural engineer? I mean, or not structural engineer, but they're social engineering. Well,
money.
You apply money is one good way. That's how you get the liberal base. But then you add a front man that is a good hype, and then when he pulls out because of something that's how the big E that had obstruction, which it did. Of course, none of it's a lie. That's the issue. None of it's a lie. It's just one might not be in your corner as they say they are, but they apply through him so they can push whatever narrative through, and that gets the certain base they need that are, whether it be swing states, whether are the mass majority of left of this nation, over from a old conservative base, set in their ways with whatever religion, over to a new age base, because the massive push behind the 17th letter of the alphabet. It's not 100,000, 200,000. It's millions. It's millions. And the core of them, from what I've seen, whether it be from Penny to McKay to whoever, they're probably a little older than me. And the only other one would be the Jason Q guy. But I mean, he keeps doing all that meth, and he's going to be older than everybody. But like seriously, so they bring an old conservative base. How do you do that? Well, you introduce it based to the trauma you induced. So you introduced hope to the trauma that you had by trusting a plan of the trauma you cannot see. And next thing you know, there is this outcome that happens, and that's why I say it's the end is not for everyone. Well, exactly. So how in the hell you part of the ones that it's not everyone? But we're going to start a whole new Christian radical sect by doing it. And that is attached with the people that say, like even me, that are Trump supporters. I mean, my thing is, if we're going to ride the highway to hell, I mean, that's man's job anyway. We're riding the highway to hell. Let's take a businessman, put him in. I'll back him. I'd rather live under a Zionist right that has core values versus a Marxist left, because I mean, I served, it would be almost contradicted to do. Then I'll take Mr. T, even if he's whatever he is, he at least understands the constitutional values that made him who he is, and makes the money that he uses through the economics that he uses. Hey, that's cool. That's American. But
you're absolutely right. But here's the problem with the whole situation. It's just what I said earlier about all these businesses changing the way they're doing business based on a word. You've got too many people running scared. They are. No one's willing to stand up. And you know what? I'd love to see this country come together as a group and do everything that you're saying. The problem is you can't get 5 guys in the same room to agree that color is blue.
I agree.
Exactly.
That's my problem. I'm scared. I'm really scared.
That's my and I agree with you because I know you search for Rome. I always preach the dual nation state. You'll have a corporational police state, and then you're going to have some type of republic that is formed. But I think it's going to be a trilateral state. I think there's going to be left, right, and neutral ground here. I think we're walking into a major divide that is purposely designed, but that will work together. But it's coming. There's a divide coming because they know they can't get the whole country, but they can get enough to create absolute power over.
It's already here, Dreamweaver.
It is. There is.
You can't talk to somebody that does that. All right, let's say you and just pick any wild something or another that you and I don't agree on. You and I have conversations about it. But if you approach any normal person in the world, they spend all their time. They spend all their time telling you why you're wrong instead of listening to what you have to say and then letting them tell you what they think.
Yeah, they create a straw man fallacy. A straw man fallacy.
You saying I ain't normal?
Exactly.
You ain't normal.
I'm just finding this out. This is bullshit.
I know.
You shake your head and walk backwards, boy.
I'm talking about frying chicken, and you over here talking about liberal rights. That's a straw man fallacy. That's psychology 101. Like, you son of a bitch, you just created a scarecrow that I got to argue with because you don't want to answer the damn question. You know,
it's like that girl last night on Liberty. She wanted to do her peaceful protest, and she didn't want to have no other way. Nobody else was going to tell her different. Why are we peaceful protesting?
I know,
get up
right?
there to do something.
Like, because the last time that it happened, we got our own thumb shoved up her ass. That's why ain't nobody peaceful to protest.
But see, the one about that is like the Tammy. Well, they're still in jail. I said, do you know they're in jail? Nobody seems to know where these people are. And when the congressman went there, the reason they probably didn't produce them is because they're probably not there.
No shit.
I mean, you mean to tell me that if they're going to be in jail that long, that they ain't sneak a note out somehow, some way to the outside world saying, hey, this shit sucks, yada, yada, yada.
Well, when you take 300 people out of 700,000 and say, well, this was an absolute insurrection. I'm going to tell you, it was an effing setup. It was, everybody knows it was a setup. It was always a setup. And I don't care who the president is, but the president says, we're going to walk down there. He didn't incite anything. All he did was leave his following.
Right, but see, he was also late to the event for that exact reason because he didn't want all the people over there.
I mean, you can look at it whichever you want. He can be late or he cannot follow because whether he was late, they still walked down there thinking he was going to be there because he said he was going to be there. So either way,
that's still just a narrative that's being. I agree with what you're saying, but that's a narrative that's being pushed, and they've disproven all that stuff.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
I got hairy legs, and they turn white in the sun, and the kids like to come up. And
you're dark as night. And you're dark as night. Like, they've already called bullshit on all of it, and that's all they got. And that's all they got. But yet people are
that's our sniffer in chief.
And exactly, so they're not peaceful protesting. They're hanging out. We're gonna trust this plan because 300 people shut us up. Like until people realize that's
like the 4 Capitol Police that suicided themselves. Out of them being in the force for 20 years. Oh, some people pushing and shoving. Oh, my God, that was the most terrible thing I've ever seen in 5 years.
Absolutely.
You guys really know what the current administration fears? I do believe this. You know what they fear?
Unity.
No,
My neighbor's black.
they fear
My
information getting out.
my neighbor's black. He hangs out at my house and eats steak at my house.
Good dude.
We don't give a shit. He voted for Biden. Well,
Does
you know
he
why
fall
he
on the
voted
couch?
for Biden? You know why he voted for Biden? Because his Facebook feed was tethered to do and show him what they wanted him to see.
Absolutely.
And so
Yep.
what ended up happening is because I have a different agenda, call it whatever you want. My Facebook feed was different. Yeah. And so I showed him what I saw. And then when I showed him what I saw, I'm not that shallow. I went in and got actual news reports and footage and documents that showed exactly what was said. And I changed the point of view. That's what they don't want to happen.
That's exactly it. And Dick Gregory was the smartest civil rights man that stood beside Martin Luther King that ever lived. He was he knew it. He said, "You mad at the wrong white folk, because honest to God, they are scared to death of the unity or the mixture of unity that's the same in all of our blood." Like I tell folks, you find me the white that you're mad at, and I'll get mad at his ass too, because you can't find anybody that is not of a mixture of descent. This is the melting pot. People don't die to get out of here; they die to get here. And so,
well, that's exactly right. That's why I was hoping my buddy would come on, because he had an exact point on that. He said those people are flocking here because they have hope. You know what?
Yeah.
Everybody says this hopium bullshit is bullshit. Oh, look at that.
Oh shit, son. But exactly. And think about it. I mean, they push a 400-year narrative. They lied to these folks. They're starting to learn. 400-year narrative. America went from 1776 to the present. People were freed in 1865. It was a process. America's always been a process that's been growing since its inception. And it's a lie, because the ones that controlled it before were the Spanish, were the English, were many different nationalities than what stays here. 97 to 98% of the public had nothing to do with that trade. The people that had the slaves in Africa were a few families. There were 1%.
Yeah, but who actually? I already know you know this answer. That's why I'm going to ask you. Who sold the slaves to the Dutch? Because that's who bought them originally. Who sold the slaves?
I am so glad you said that. I am so glad you said it, because somebody had to teach. I'm sorry. Somebody had to teach the European how to slave.
Yeah, but who sold them?
Was it not the Africans?
It was the other tribes. It was the way to get rid of them.
Just like
the other tribes sold them to the Dutch.
Yes.
You're exactly right. Most people don't know history. They know what they read in a book.
Yeah, just like Native Americans here. They raped, tortured, enslaved, and it doesn't matter who hit who. The very thing of the nature in which both parties saw met each other. These people that came here fled persecution of religious sin, but they were tortured, raped, murdered. All human atrocities happened in a religious rebellion, whether it happened in a spiritual rebellion or an economic rebellion. But the very people that are being mad at are the ones of all colors and nationalities that sit in those Senate seats that were that 1% of slave owners, no matter what their colors were, telling the 99% that 1% that is the majority is wrong. But the biggest ally to that non-majority is the majority that telling them wrong, because none of these civil rights happened without that majority that they're mad at. None of the rights retained happen. Most people that die, and this is not a white supremacist rant, because white supremacy means supreme over all. You supreme over white folks as well. It's in the name of the word. But it's always been white folks. White folks love other people. Other people love white folks. White folks were the mediator. So it can't be white. White is not a race. White is a nationality. There's no such thing as a Caucasian.
I think I changed the conversation, but Supra B-Dub, I'm trying to read everything he's saying and get exactly what he's saying. You guys reading that?
No, I'm having trouble reading chat. I don't pay attention to chat.
Well, like I said,
my moderators do that.
It's just that you find me a non-mixed blood nowadays, because we all about contain each other's genetics in that sense. If you want to go to a skin color, it's so much deeper than a skin color because the skin color don't matter. Never has, never will.
No, skin color doesn't matter to any of us. The problem is it's what's in your heart. And I try to say this a lot. You know what, Lonnie, am I a better person than I used to be? Who did I used to be? I was a prick.
When you were young, you wanted to kill everybody.
Yeah.
And you got pretty big fists. You did a pretty good job of it.
I'm not that
guy.
Hey,
anymore, one story. I know he's trying to prove a real point here. We walk into Quaker Steak and Lube in Wheeling, West Virginia, and there's these two mountain men standing there hitting that punching bag where it makes the numbers go up and all that. And he's standing half their size, and he walks by him and starts laughing at him. And they turn around and said, "All right, little man, you think you can do better?" He goes, "I know I can do better." So the guy takes a $5 bill and slips it in the machine, and he stands flat-footed and doubled their score. And they went, "You have a good night."
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
the thing. They're
true story.
They're trying to prove race by saying hate the white skin. White skin is the real color. For you hit me in my eye, I turn 9 different shades. If I stomp my toe, it turns 5 different colors. There's no such thing as a colored person. That is a narrative push to cause trauma and control. Everybody they don't see color. We don't give 2 damns about color. I wish I was half the colors they say that I supposedly hate, so I don't have to deal with sun. So I don't have to deal with the colors I turn.
Yep.
You know, it's just crazy. It's absolutely insane. The race narrative has always got me because there's no such thing as a race by skin. It's only a nationality by geographical location.
What about the heart?
Vanilla, damn it.
Hey, I like this Super B-Dub. I'll quit interrupting. That Super B-Dub, he's got it right. You know, well, you never walked up to him. He said you never walked up to a guy and whether white, black, and say, "I'm hi." You just say hi.
Exactly.
I like his thought process.
Hey, I know. Yeah. Hey, blue guy, how you doing? Like,
right.
Shit.
You know, exactly. Don't exist.
But I walked into a place were we in Virginia or North Carolina? I can't remember. We were in Virginia and North Carolina. We went into the Piggly Wiggly, which I hadn't seen one in years.
I hadn't either.
And you want to talk about nostalgia? There you go.
I walked in there, and I've been down south a bunch. It don't bother me at all. I walked in and went up and asked people for help, and they showed me where the stuff was, so I didn't have to walk around a store I didn't know, and I didn't think 2 shits about it. Yeah. I had a great time.
That's my thing.
You get as much respect as you give.
Yeah, that's right.
And
honestly, all right, I changed the subject. I'll be quiet now.
Crazy.
I'm drinking.
And that is crazy.
Now you're good.
Even in this area, in all the areas, I mean, I'm in Alabama. I'm originally from Mississippi. Like, the narrative's always been wrong. The people in that place will tell you the narrative's wrong because when they talk about the race issues, it comes from the very municipalities and powers around them. It doesn't come from the general population. It never has, and it never will. And they talk about white hats with this letter Q. I know some folks that used to be some white hats and control the white hat party. Are they the one controlling the party that you call white hats and black hats? You know, like, it doesn't exist. If they're wrong about the South, they're wrong about the North, they're wrong about the East, and they're wrong about the West.
I'll tell you what, the most segregated state I've ever been in is Mississippi. When I was in the military, we went off to a place about an hour away from the base in Memphis, right? Mm-hmm. This honky tonk's kicking, got people playing pool in there, laughing, joking, having a great time, right? And we had a mixed crew with us. We had 10 people with us. So me and my buddy, who are white, were the first 2 people through the door, right? Well, the third person through the door was black. And I swear to God, it was like a movie, dude. That place became quieter than a freaking funeral home. My friend goes, "Oh, this is a great place." I said, "No, you better tail your ass right the fuck back out the door and take everybody with us."
My
we're about ready to get our ass
whooped. Exactly. And who taught the 99% that was a thing? Because it never would be a thing if 1% that was in control didn't tell you that was somehow a thing. and yet
no, but I was just amazed. Yeah. I've never been in a place. Exactly. I mean, you know, everybody like, ha, 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 hear beer bottles clinking and pool tables smacking and all. As soon as that dude walked in the door, man,
silent as a funeral areas. And I live in North Mississippi, which is in the Delta, home of the Delta Blues. I mean, North Mississippi, and it's just not like that. Actually, white folks in the honky tonk love seeing that come in because they want to teach that culture. Just like if you're white and you go in an urban bar, they love seeing a white boy that ain't scared because they want to teach that culture. You know, it's a very sharing experience. And then there's some because they are so, I guess you say, far from society, but yet believe in the old ways. But it doesn't last long because I've never met a damn white Aryan brother from the brotherhood that wouldn't do business with the other. So it's in them. You just it's in that right way.
You know, well, I can't tell you the number of places as a truck driver that I've walked in that people say I shouldn't. And let me tell you, maybe it's who I am. Maybe I just got lucky, but I think it's who I am. I walked in and I gave respect. I got respect. Yeah, I'm not. I understand exactly what you're saying. We said that you walked in, everybody got quiet. That never bothered me before in my life. You can ask P with me. No, I walk right up to people, start talking to them.
You're headed right.
I have been in places. Yeah. I'm telling you, I walked into places that people tell me that I shouldn't have been, and I'm gonna right now. I don't care who they are, what their background, or what it is. I mean, I'm sure that there's a few places I wouldn't have made it out of based in hardcore areas, but you get what you get what you put. Well, you get what you get, what you give, and if you go in there with a chip on your shoulder, you ain't making it out alive.
No, that's exactly right. You were headed. That's my
thought process.
You were actually headed in the exact same, the same thing I was going to say, because I was going to say, as a truck driver, I've been into places that I wasn't supposed to be, and I've never been disrespected.
No. So as soon as you drop the narrative, when you come in, give it 5 minutes, they're like, they're done. They're watching your reaction. They're watching your brainwashing. So if your brainwash is mixed with their brainwash, then you have racial issues. But you're talking 1 out of 10. And when I walk in and say, what's up? You know, and they just, oh, this white boy's ready. And next thing you know, you are as just part of that culture as any, because every culture is starving for it, man. That's just human nature. It ain't got a damn, and, you know, Martin Luther King was a gifted man. So was Dick Gregory. One of my greatest mentors, and I hate that he's dead now, was Dick Gregory. Like he said, we all you're mad at the wrong white, and white's mad at the wrong black because they sitting side by side. Because when you say, you know, like the black community keeps the black community down, the white community keeps the white community down, the Hispanic keeps the Hispanic community down. It's all about power corrupts all power.
And then the people that don't know keep the shit stirred up.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you don't want people to find out.
I'll tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. We were working in Kentucky, Robards, Kentucky, and we'd haul poultry fat. We'd haul it all over the country.
Still smelling on you.
Just had no doubt. Anyway, I wind up in Joplin, Missouri, empty one day, and a guy's got a load going back to Memphis, Tennessee, paying great money. I said, hell yeah, I'll take it. It's molasses. He said, okay, here you go. Send me the load. I go haul the load. Well, I called the guy because I'm actually going to be a day early, and I called him. I said, hey man, I said, I'm going to be about 30 minutes late. Could you guys unload me, or what do I need to do? And he said, well, you can park across the street. He said, we'll be gone at 4. I'm going to be there, 4:30-ish. I said, okay. Well, I don't know the area. He said, don't worry about the area. Park across the street. I'll make sure nobody fucks with you. Yeah. Well, I get in there, and I'm in a rough part of Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Rough part.
I used to live 20 minutes from it. I get it. Trust me.
Not a scratch on my truck in the morning. I get up, and this great big fella comes up, knocks on my door, and he said, "Hey man," he said, "are you ready to load that molasses?" And I said, "Yes, sir, yeah, I am." I said, "You're
Absolutely.
such and such." I said, "You're such and such." He said, "Yeah." We shake hands. He said, "Well, come on in here." He said, "Don't ever worry about parking right here. Nobody will fuck with you." He said, "If you hear shooting, stay in your truck." And
Absolutely.
I said,
Hey,
that's a little bit. I said, that's a little bit scary for me. And I said, I've never heard shooting. And he said, "Don't worry, they ain't gonna shoot you."
You know, like when they come up to rob you,
And
they
Lisa,
say, go ahead.
and Lisa, I've been all over Chicago and I've never had any trouble.
Absolutely.
I've been in bars in Chicago. I've never had any trouble.
And they show up
I
to
still
rob you.
stand on what I said.
And they show up to rob you and they say, "You give me money." You say, "Hell, you get hell. I need $1 too." Well, you know, hell, you robbing me, I'll take something from you. They realize they're robbing the same damn person. It don't matter what color you are. Give me all your money. Shit, you give me some money. Hell, we both in the same boat, brother.
Is that Deanna in the chat? Jump your little happy ass up here. Oh no, but we're on some stuff though that people, I think people in general, no matter what color or what age or what size or nothing, we all care.
We're tired of this
it's all
shit.
about it's all we're tired of this shit, but it's all about representation. If you go into a bad situation and represent yourself well, it works great. I've witnessed it myself. I have driven 10 million miles in my life. Not a lie.
Absolutely.
I can drive. I can put some miles down, can't I, Junior?
Hell, better than anybody I know.
I mean, that's just it. Like, you know, because that's why they want you 6 feet apart. They don't want you talking. They don't want you even looking at each other in some countries.
That's right.
Because they're scared to death that you'll find out that you judge a man by the character of the character of his representation. I know Marley could say it a different way, but the character of his representation. And you might figure out there's no such thing as a race. There's no such thing as a Caucasian or even an African American. You're an American. There's no such thing as a Caucasian. That's in the Caucasus. That's not even where the hell we are. There's no such thing as a different race in America. We're the melting pot.
I probably ain't gonna be invited back. David can't get a word in edgewise.
I'm vanilla, damn it. I'm not Caucasian. I'm vanilla, damn it.
Absolutely. I'm the real colored person. I turn pink, blue,
I got
brown.
some sprinkles on top, but that's it. I'm vanilla with sprinkles on top, baby.
If I fall and bust my head, like, I'm going to be the real colored folk because my ass is going to turn 9 shades of the rainbow. You know, like, what the hell you mean, you know, colored people? Screw you. Ain't no damn colored folks. It's either American or if you want to call somebody colored, watch me trip and bust my ass.
Me and Dream, we one color. We call green, baby. We're green, team green.
I know. You can tell when we sick of shit because we're green. You know, you can't tell nobody else. So the hell with that color narrative.
That's right.
Hey, I'm enjoying talking to you fellas, but my girlfriend's way hotter than all of you.
I know that's right.
I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get off of here and spend some time with her on her last night.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming by.
Already at the hotel. Why didn't you stay?
Now we're
hindsight 2020. Hindsight 2020.
Fair enough.
Hey man, I appreciate you coming by.
All right, Pee Wee.
The conversation's always great. Hug your girlfriend for me, and I'll see y'all in a couple days.
Sounds good. Good to talk to y'all. Love you, man.
All right, take it
Love
easy,
you too, man.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
Where's Miss Humboldt County at?
I sent her the link. There we go. Yeah, my cousin, he's way smarter than I am. He ought to be doing this instead of me.
No, he seemed like a great guy. That's just the point. Is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're from.
Look at Travis getting warmed up now. The hoodie come off. Whoop whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I got the fire going over here, brother.
Oh my.
And it's cold. I'm just cold-blooded.
You know, and that's what's funny. You know, somebody said something in the chat. Lee J. Now they are trying to segregate us by the thingy and unthingy. Because the other narrative don't work. Because the other narrative is coming together, calling the 1% bullshit. So now they got to go to something you can't see. They started with something you can see just because of our retinas. Now they start on something that you can't see to create that scare. And of course, as that falls in, they're going to create whatever other narrative, but that's what it always is. You were told through many different religions, different spiritualities, when you got a finger pointing one way, you got 3 pointing back. They finally looked down and realized they got 3 pointing back.
Right. I'm trying to watch chat some. If I'm watching chat, I'm not listening. So I
me too. That's why you'll see me get
out.
up on here, because I try to engage the chat, because I don't want to feel like they're chopped liver and we just up here running our damn, up here running their mouth.
Well, rest assured, Dreamweaver,
because you only can cover some narrative, whatever, but you'll see a question in chat and you're like, well, hell yeah, by God, that that's what I mean too, and then it keeps the conversation rolling, checking on chat.
Right, but if I absolutely have the best mods, and I'll get text messages if we need to address something. I tried to stop addressing chat because it was causing too much drama.
Well, I know, I know by the time you was talking, but yeah. Now, there's certain issues.
But I do like to address chat, but I try not to, because if the conversation is going good here, chat can do whatever they want to. Well, if you agree with us or disagree with us, we don't mind. It's okay. That's okay. We can agree to disagree. Let's just let her go.
Well, that's good since it's your channel, because you being the host of the channel and staying on chat versus say some of the panel like me and Dave looking at chat and saying, oh, well, this person said something, because it's going to be on narrative versus you having to pay attention to whoever else, because if I'm talking and catch something, it's usually going to be on narrative. So it's
well, but you guys are welcome to address chat anytime. I just decided that I talked to a couple of my mods and they'll address the chat. And if there's something that we need to talk about, they'll make sure that I get it. But if you guys see something that they don't, you're more than welcome. That's what we are.
Absolutely. Well, that's like I said last night. There's no driven narrative to convince or to dismay. It's just a whole bunch of opinions that can create a sense of driving force of thought that can, whether you find your own way, whether you want to listen a little bit, it can't be advice because of certain regulations. But the point is that it gets you thinking enough that it pulls you out of polarization and makes you go, maybe these fools on this show might have a little bit of an idea. And even if it's talking about dressing up a squirrel and wrapping it in bacon, well, do I need to learn how to squirrel hunt wrapping in bacon?
That's exactly right. The only thing you can't wrap in bacon is bacon, because it's already bacon.
Absolutely. But that's a wide variety, because you can wrap a turd in bacon and you never know.
I'm going to eat it. I'm going to try it.
Bacon wrapped in anything makes anything good. If you can fall you can fall asleep and have a nightmare, but if
I'm not eating the pastries at Dreamweaver's house.
Well, I ain't,
You bring a box of donuts, I ain't touching them.
I know. I seem to throw a turd in there everywhere, don't I?
It's all right. It's fun.
I'm not touching no box of pastries at your house. I'll pass.
It's bullshit. Like, I ain't going to eat at that guy's house. You might.
That's an eclair there. Just go ahead. That's an eclair. Hell no.
Look what we have in the back room. Miss Deanna.
Oh, Deanna, Miss Homebot County.
Hey, what are you doing, girl?
I gotta say this.
Come on, flip the hair. You just got on. You got to flip the hair 4 times.
There we go.
There we go.
It's long. It's probably longer than yours, hippie. I bet it is.
Hey, your hair is longer than mine.
Hey, I got a bald spot in the back. I need some horse shit put back there to make it grow again.
See, a turd finds it every damn time. I promise you, turd black gold.
They sell talcum powder that's brown. The White Sox is kicking the Astros' ass.
Hey, what's the energy, Travis? I don't know. Petroleum is the base of everything.
Ass.
Might be shit.
Wow. That's what's
happening.
What's happening.
What'd you say, Dreamweaver?
I said nothing. I said as much as that comes up, petroleum might not be the base to everything. It might be shit.
Maybe.
You know, you guys are funny. You white guys that never been in a black neighborhood, and you talk about it like, yeah, oh yeah, we'll go in an all black neighborhood and they appreciate it. Let me tell you something.
You ever live in no
No,
Mississippi?
no.
This is home of the Delta Blues now.
Hold
or whatever you said.
Hold the phone. Hold the
Appreciate
phone.
culture going in.
As a truck driver, I walked into some bars in black neighborhoods and didn't know that. And I've never been disrespected ever because I walk in there and give the proper you give the proper respect to start with. You be nice.
20 minutes from Memphis
you tip
now.
well,
I know I got
and
a
you
crip
shake
walk.
hands.
I got a crip walk nobody's ever seen. Like no. We're we're the minority around south of Memphis. I promise you. Whether it be from Mafia to GD on over to Black Pea Stones, yeah, where I'm from, every white boy got a crip walk. They call it white boy swagger.
I saw some questions in the chat, and I really, it's one of the things why it's not my favorite conversation, but I would like to share some clarity because I did grow up South Side, Chicago.
Yes, you did. Yes,
my high school had 2,000 kids that were bussed in from several different districts. Look it up on Google Earth if you want. It's called Madame Curie High School for Madame Curie. What was her name? She was the Polish scientist. Curie. She had a longer name, but they cut the rest of her name off. Archer and Pulaski. You Google Archer and Pulaski, Curie High School. It's massive. I grew up half a block from there. Okay. You do not wander in other neighborhoods because there's a certain age group that protects those neighborhoods. And it's like 13 to 18-ish. If you're professional and you're going in and out of neighborhoods in the daytime, that's one thing, right?
Right.
What happened in my family's case, my uncle wrote a big thing about it a few years ago, and they lived on a certain part of town on the south side, and then the projects come in. Okay, the free housing developments come in, and all of a sudden, because it was Book Girl's question that made me think of my uncle's story. Okay, and this is right before Martin Luther King. This is in the 50s. So all these projects go up, and all these African American people get put in these projects, and they're put right up on these neighborhoods. And I'm not going to say who did what to who, but let's just say white people and black people did lots of bad things to each other, and certain things happen to certain families in those situations. This is where it begins. That's all I'm going to say. I hope it helps you all understand what happens in the cities. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, I'm not.
Go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dreamweaver.
Go ahead.
I'm not saying those things don't exist.
Kennedy.
What I'm saying is if you go into one of those neighborhoods and you don't know you're in one of those neighborhoods, go in there and show respect, and you will always get respect back. Just it's the same thing as me going
bullshit. Okay, I'm saying no. I've been on a city bus. I've been the only white girl, and I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Okay, it don't work like that. It don't.
Okay, now city bus.
You're talking one balance out of 10 because we're talking like where I'm from.
You're talking professional capacity.
Beyond Chicago's segregation laws ever existed. Where the segregation never met the head hold, and I promise you, 1 out of 10 of those situations do happen because of the balance. There were black folks that get on a white folks' bus and get their ass kicked, or vice versa. But the narrative it draws
1 out of 10. You want to tell me odds, Dreamweaver? Really? Because my whole family lives there, and they're in every neighborhood in Chicago. Like 13 kids, 22 grandkids, all over the city. These are not. It's racism as every race has.
Of course.
That's
and
all
I agree.
Okay.
Deanna,
well, yeah, exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
Deanna, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, I went to Portland, Oregon, and there's a bar right across the street from a warehouse that I delivered meat to. I walked in there in the daytime. It was all white people. At 7 o'clock, every white person in there at 7 o'clock, every white person got up and walked out, and the whole room filled with black people. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I was nice to those people. They were nice to me. I'm just saying that if you go into one of those situations, the best thing you can do is just be you. Be nice.
Okay,
hey,
let me tell you this.
It wasn't the white people putting on their black suit.
Oh, shut
I'm
up,
pretty.
David.
I'm
Shut the
pretty
hell
sure
up,
I
David.
know.
Don't make me slap you across the
No,
fucking
I do
And-
agree. I
stupid
agree with
ass.
Deanna. I agree with Deanna in some aspect because yes, where I'm from, like that. One, they're wrong about segregation to you, but here's a flip, and I think this will kind of jump to what you're saying. Black folks, 90 where I'm from, 90-1 can walk in a white neighborhood. But if you are white, 1 out of the 9, or the 90 out of the 1 cannot walk in that other neighborhood. That is
but
true.
that is true. But it also has to do with perception. Walking through a neighborhood and walking to a business
No, it don't.
two different.
No, it don't. No, it don't.
Wait,
That's where the argument
whoa, Deanna, would you let me finish,
Okay,
please?
okay, sure.
Shit.
Okay, I drove truck for 31 years. I never walked into, let's call it a Spanish bar. I've been into many of them. I've never had any issues. Walking in the streets is probably a different thing. I don't
Growing
know.
up in it. No, growing up in it. And I grew up in a Polish neighborhood, and the Mexican neighborhood was here, and the black neighborhood was here, and the Italian neighborhood was here, and the Jewish neighborhood was here, and I knew where I could go. And I was with this group of people, and we're hanging out behind the arcade, and then they pull a brick out of the wall and pull a gun out because they're the Insane Popes, a very famous gang in Chicago. And I went, oh shit, I'm out, going home. Bye. See y'all. You want to protect the neighborhood because some Mexicans are driving by in Monte Carlo and they're fucking gang banging. I know, I'm leaving. Goodbye. I know this is not the same as going in as a truck driver. I'm sorry. I love you, Travis.
That's what I said.
It's not the same as doing a professional, stopping in here or there. That's all I was trying to say.
And
it's different.
No, and I was actually agreeing with you because I said, as a truck driver, I'm bringing food to their place. Did they treat me different because I was a truck driver?
No, but you said it's a matter of perspective, and if you get respect this and you get respect that, and I'm saying if that were true, Martin Luther King wouldn't have had to die. Okay,
Malcolm X wouldn't been shot by black folks.
Any much better still that way. And my mom worked in Cook County Courthouse, and for 7 years there, and people get positions. It don't matter. It just matters who knows who. They're sellouts. This is, to me, people are this. They're either we all bleed red, and they're either sellouts or they have integrity. That's it. That's it. We all have integrity here. That's why I like hanging out with y'all, because we're not sellouts.
The 1% that controls that 99, because it is absolutely right. Like Malcolm X when got shot by black folks. I mean, there is absolutely that oxymoron to that narrative, but because the 1% that's in control of these communities, black folks, white folks, rubbing shoulders together, say, man, we got to keep these people divided. There's that narrative, but the reality of the narrative, it is such thing as a reverse racism, because the racism that's being told is completely opposite. There's no such thing as not a white ally, because the white's been the allies since the beginning. They fought, they died, they created. It's progressed the whole time, and yet the 98% of the population that is of the Caucasian descent is getting shit on and having to apologize for what they helped build for the people, saying this is shitty.
Yeah,
we're having to apologize. We're having to apologize for something we didn't start in the first damn place.
Absolutely not. And the people that did start it are of the same color, telling the people that are in that color that they need to do this. It is.
That's right.
The hindsight of it all, absolutely. So I agree. As Donna, and there's the 1 out of 10 narrative because they're smart people, but the whole creation of it all, it wasn't who they said it was. I mean, it was created so now it could be the bad man. But yet, if you look at combat statistics in the military, 95% of the combat veterans that die, well, they look like me. It's just the honest truth.
Yep. Ms. Blue Moon, last call.
Roman. Did you see
We're not
Roman's
having no
comment?
more hour. I don't see anybody's comments. I'll let Miss Blue Moon take care of that. If you guys want to read comments, you're always welcome to.
Absolutely. What did he say? Well, nowadays may be different. The black that would be Ghost of Tilly. Well, nowadays may be different. The black guys might like the dudes. I don't know. They do want girls or boys. What is the generalization confused? Hold on, be right back. Well, we're going to talk generalization. That's a whole nother situation because my wife follows people. It is women claiming to be men so they can be a gay couple. So you're straight. The asinineness has gone full circle.
Damn, y'all want to go for it tonight, don't you?
I know gender is biology, not a social construct. Sexuality is a social construct.
Well, I did see a video. I watched it. It was Terrence Williams. You know who he is?
Oh yeah,
he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny.
And it was it was a man dressed as a woman recording herself at a drive-through. And it was the point in the conversation. And it's this Mexican guy, and he's like in this thick accent. He's like, "Can you please just go to the side? Can we just work this out over here?" And he's like, "No. What do you think I am?" And she's going on and on and on. And finally, she flips the camera at himself dressed up like a woman, and Terrence just starts blasting it. And I've encountered this myself at a dispensary in Humboldt County where it was a woman dressed like a man with pink hair and boobs. And I had to sit there and go, and I'm getting accused of not respecting her non-binary gender and the fact that she's a man. And I'm like, well, then maybe you shouldn't dye your hair pink and cover your boobs. I mean,
absolutely.
I don't know what to tell you, but damn.
My mother was trying to figure out one. My mother was trying to figure out one the other day. And it was a non-binary transsexual queer. So if you're queer, that means you are gay. If you're a transsexual, you are a gender. But if you're non-binary, I'm not going to call you them or they or them.
I'm not either. I'm not doing that.
But they called themselves that dad. So it was a female to be a male, but wanted to also be non-binary. So if the tree is a male and the fucking other tree is a female, you are better than the damn tree you eat because you're also a fucking vegan.
God help us.
But you need to wear a mask.
Don't get on the vegans now. We could talk about veganism. My daughter's a vegan, and I'm not a vegan, but I eat seafood. I don't eat poultry, swine, or bovine, but I can cook a mean steak for my man still, T-bone.
Absolutely.
And I can make anything.
Well, the veganism can be non-binary, but Miss Host Dad that wants to be trans, queer, and gay at the same damn time, trying to be a man, but not a man, but a woman, but call me Zim Reserve. The asinineness has turned around and put his head up his own bum.
Right. Well,
that's an easy one thing. You either got a bat or you got a cave. There's no two ways about it.
Well, that's what I say.
Check box 1 or box 2.
Like you want to have
all
this
the other is all just in your mind. You got a defective computer. Too bad, you know.
Bottom line, either you can produce a child or you can create a child. I don't give a shit what you want to be.
I don't care how you do it in the bedroom either. I don't want to know. I do not care.
Sexuality.
Well, let's take it.
Social.
Let's take it to a different level. I don't care what you want.
Comment first, please, because it's really funny.
Sure.
I'm sorry. He wonders if he's a woman trapped in a man's body, but he don't know because she is a lesbian.
I'm a lesbian too.
It comes bullshit comes full circle. We all get on our boots.
Oh shoot.
Well, let me say this.
Oh, I know Benjamin's name.
Let me say this.
My friend went to Kennedy High School. My husband.
Females are just jealous because they can't pee their name in the snow.
I don't.
Hell yeah, we are. Because we can't be standing up like you can and make words in the snow and sand.
Go
ahead. Hang on a second. But I don't care. I believe in God. I believe in what I believe in, and gonna be a rough conversation because it's gonna take me a long time to get all the words correct. I have a lesbian daughter that's married to a woman. I love her. She's my.
I love
Do
lesbians
I?
too.
At least know what they are.
I
Well,
love lesbians.
but I mean,
I
they're
better.
Trump. They're Trump.
They make the
They're
best trumpers.
they're Trump gunslinging patriots. They are.
Hell yeah, they got a brain.
But they do. But part of the problem is everybody ignores those people because they think their religious beliefs are supposed to cast judgment on them. That's
No,
fucking
everybody
wrong.
don't ignore them. They don't ignore
Well,
them.
but most people do.
Does she feel ignored?
Not by me.
I
don't think they ignore them. They ignore their community. Maybe I think that maybe the community that they attach themselves to.
But right, their community is actually a bunch of gunslinging crazy bitches. I love them, but them in general, in Salt Lake City, they felt like they've been abandoned by every party because the Democrat Party is wrong, and the Republican Party won't welcome them to our deal. The Bible says everybody fucking sins. We just sin differently.
Amen,
When are we going to stop passing judgment on those people? Gay doesn't mean anything to me. That's not between me and them and God. It's between them and God. That's it. If I fuck up, it's not between you and me. It's between me and God. That's it.
That's fine, but as long as we don't have to say, as long as we don't have to deny, you cannot make a baby without a man and a woman. And that the way of nature and things is typically a man and a woman. I'm not judging nobody, but I grew up without a dad. So of course I naturally prefer to see children growing up in that home. But if no one's going to care for those kids, of course, not even if no one's going to care for those kids. If there's two people that love each other and they want to care for kids, they have a right to care for kids. I just would like to see it would be great and ideal in a perfect world if all kids had a mom and dad, right? But that's not the world we live in. So they shouldn't be punished, of course.
I think that's why they
the last ones to get kids because no one else wants them. That's a shitty way to put it. And I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying they got a raw deal because Christians persecuted them. Then they kind of persecuted back at Christians. It's been this thing.
Well, we got to stop the fight.
Amen.
We
sorry,
stop the fight.
He was going to say something, and I cut him off. I'm sorry.
No,
I know, and then I cut you
off.
I
jump right in the middle. Like I said, I can block shit. Y'all just keep going. I can block. But I think that's why the LGBTQ became independent of it, because when you're gay, you're gay. That's fine. That's not a social construct. That is a sexual preference. Figure out your role. They gave them LGBTQ Z9 plus 3-4 equals what the hell ever comes out in the asinine ritual. They gave them that LGBTQ so they could keep that confusion, because that's a major base. It's a statistical fact that comes out of population that's happened since the Romans or before.
Even in animals, you'll have gay animals. It's absolutely true.
They gave the ones that could play pretend. They gave them pretend and told them they could be something they're not, while introducing evidently some type of agenda. Because it's not the gay, it's not the boy on boy, the female on female, or the bisexual. It's the one that says you ought to wear a mask, but you know the science, but I'm not going to say biology is real. I can have a baby, and this one over here can impregnate a woman. That's the fantasy that is destructive, and because they're selling, that, Travis, they're selling damn tampons for male claiming to be female in schools. That is insane. That's population control. I mean, that's really what it is. But honest to God, that is insanity.
Right. But why can't? But my point was going to a different place. Why can't we just accept people for what they are and leave It's not our business to judge.
That's
it's
the
not.
essence to the new economy almost, is like mind your own effing business. I mean, that's where that one goes. Like if everybody took 5 seconds to mind their own damn business, besides creating the trauma that was introduced to them by the TV, then nobody would give a damn, because sexuality is a social construct. You can be attracted to whatever. You see something new, you get a hard on, or you get a tingle, go satisfied. But as in the social construct, that came from the naturality of just how things went. You know, you go join the military, like a woman goes into the infantry, I don't give a shit what she thinks in the pretend. When you put on a 110-pound sack and you got a menstrual cycle and emotions worse than a man, you're gonna be effed up about it. Like,
okay, can I say something?
Maybe.
I want to say something. Because I know that you have Christians that are aghast, and you have you have gay people that are aghast right now, both. Right? I can see it in the comments, and none of us are here to please any of these people. I'm just being real with everybody. But I am going to say this. You know, I've been with my husband since I was 16, barring 2 years I was with a woman. Right, Travis? We talked about this. I read the Bible, I got saved. I've been down that road, and I don't judge people for that. And I've had lots of experiences, and there's a lot more to life than those experiences, right? And
yes, ma'am.
Some people decide that if they want to walk a spiritual journey, they ain't going to have sex with nobody. It ain't about a man or a woman or nothing. And that was me. And then my husband got saved and came running and saying, God told me we're going to get married. I said, you're freaking crazy.
I know. You told us the story.
Yeah. So,
right.
But my choice, and I was in this space where I didn't know what was going to happen, you know, and I was scared to get married with him because I thought people do whatever they want. I chose to follow the God of the Bible. I chose to do this spiritual journey, and I was afraid to do anything sexually because of my experiences and having hurt people in the past. It's like an alcoholic or a drug addict. For some people, if you've done wild and crazy things like this one, right, and you do things, and they go to NA or AA and they want to talk about war stories, and I don't want to offend people that are gay and make it sound like my shit wasn't fun or I didn't enjoy my times. I did. I had repercussions though. You know, there had repercussions of that. And to this day, my husband doesn't speak to his cousin who was like best friends over a girl we was with together. Shit like that. Okay. So there are things that happen and that's what doesn't get talked about. When you're talking about lifestyle choices and you're talking about, this is getting very personal.
Well, it's the honest to God truth, Diana.
It is. And my life was dedicated. Yeah, thank you. It is the truth.
It is the truth, because that's the main issue. No matter what happens with it, it is the psychological outcome that is decided when someone becomes self-realized, that comes from this area that they're trying to push. It is trauma to create control. Period.
Well, DeWalt said you can't change this. And I did want to say, I did know they've done studies on homosexuals before an experience and after on the brain. There is a switch. There is something that happens. So I would never tell someone you don't feel gay and you can't be gay. That's so dumb. I would never
never
tell
the problem.
It has to do with the mind. It has to do with emotions. It ain't nothing about your your
brain. Yeah, the brain changes too. Physiologically, there are changes that happen.
My whole point has been lost because it's none of my business what they think. It's not. It's not between me and them. It's between them and God. Let those people do. And my daughter, she believes in God. She reads the Bible probably a whole lot more than I do. But I'm saying, stop picking on people that aren't doing what you think is right. Start thinking about the things you've done wrong and correct yourself.
Yeah.
Amen.
I get that.
Because,
and I think why they get picked on, the ones that are at least just gay, honestly, to be honest, is because of the plant. Somebody planted the LGBTQ because gay has always been a narrative since the beginning of times. And they planted it, because they're not making, I don't know if they're making fun of the gay. They're making fun of the gay that doesn't know that they're actually gay. Because if you're a lesbian, to be male, to be a gay man, you're probably straight.
there you go. So there you are. But I mean, my point, the whole situation is we got to stop judging people on beliefs. We have to. We still have to agree on the things that we agree on, no matter what.
Absolutely.
Have we been cheated as a society from our politicians?
No,
you fucking right. Fucking right.
No toys, and none of your business anyway. But no toys.
Yeah.
No.
But
what?
The essence to a good society. Mind your own fucking business. Americans say it the best. Mind your fucking
You're welcome,
business.
Anna.
Well, if everybody would spend as much time minding their own
26
fucking
years.
business, they
Two
wouldn't
kids.
be minding somebody else's, and everything would be just as normal as it would have been in 25 fucking years
You
ago.
wanted to talk about it. You brought it up.
And it comes down from the mainstream sources.
You asked for it.
If you weren't told a vision that programmed the channel that is your mind, then you wouldn't know drama because you'd be minding your own fucking business.
Not the sinner, not the sin. Amen.
Are you kidding me? We got callers calling in here.
Tennessee Patriot wants back.
Come on.
It's Let's Go Brandon. It's Monty.
Oh shit.
Hey, Trump train.
Better hope that some just don't wreck.
Yeah. Y'all better hurry.
All right, where are you calling from? Saskatchewan, Canada. Neighbor, New Jersey. D-Land, Florida. Who's moving fast now? Holy
Benjamin, we grew up in the same neighborhood, yo. I knew that was my buddy, Benjamin Kundari. My husband's cousin went to Kennedy High School, and so did my cousin go to Kennedy High School.
Tennessee Patriot wants up too.
All right. Now listen, guys, we're gonna shut this down soon, Monty.
Hey,
everybody. I got shit to do tomorrow.
Hey,
I'm coming from Tennessee.
My poop, keep your nose out my butt. That's funny.
Oh,
I've already been
up here. Oh, I forgot about
shit on your nose. You keep your nose.
I've already been.
Hey,
I've already been to shows.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even get kicked off of -48 and pennies, so I tried.
Well, at least you gave it an honest effort. You stood there with the biggest
They were kind of drunk to me tonight. They were having a laugh fest between themselves.
Where'd you try to go, Monty? Hey, Monty.
I went to Mike Penny's, and I was like, -48, what can we do for you? You must have seen it, because he's like, don't ask that. Ask what you can do for DJT and all them. And I'm like, -48, you're our hero.
Conservative cowboy. I hear you.
Hey, Los Controlos.
I bet. What can I do for you, -48? You rattling off too many numbers. My eyes are cocked like a pistol, and I ain't got too many calculators in front of me. What the fuck you mean? What the fuck you mean? 1, 2, 3 means God. 3, 3, 3 told me I was gonna get money last week. I quit.
We're having a delay. I'm catching everything.
Okay, so while I was there, I was like, so John is 128, and you said 48 hours from. I was like, you said 48 hours from now is 168. I was like, so that don't make sense.
Oh shit! Sound like a grenade launch, don't it?
For a minute, I'll be right
1,
back.
2, 3. God's with us. No shit, know it.
Diana.
Darling, how are you?
I'm all right.
Yeah.
Hey, is how big is that package?
It's just like a small padded envelope. It's not very big at all.
Oh, so it should fit in my mailbox.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it could go through a mail slot for sure.
We'll see. We had another person from this little community. He was getting stuff from Humboldt County, if you get what I'm getting at. And the big boys showed up.
Idea.
Yeah, the big boys showed up to make sure he got his package, if you get what I'm saying.
Sure do.
Yeah. So they still might be holding that package. I'm not going up there to the post office.
I had these two tenants one time, a tenant next door, and he was a cop, an Arcata police officer. I ran into him. And I had this other couple living on my property down the road from me, and they were troublemakers. And he had a package delivered one day, and it was brought up to the cop's house, and he opened the door and it was handed to him, and he smelt it, and he went to the post office that right away. He got in his car and he drove to the post office, and it was before they were open, and he told me his buddy was there, and his buddy was outside and he was doing the sorting thing, and so he tossed it over the fence, and like his buddy just threw it back and sorted it back in some other bin that was going to Nowheresville or whatever. But so anyway, troublemaker.
I am not a troublemaker.
I hear troublemaker stop at cop's house. He doesn't know that tenant is a cop at all to this point. He has no idea. And he's lived up here a couple months, okay? And it was part of my strategy to rent to this police
strategy
officer. Because
your strategy? Is that your strategy?
Shut up. I'm totally sober. I know I sound like I'm drunk, but I'm not. I'm just tired. We had a surprise party for Elaine yesterday, and I made 6 pizzas and worked my ass off, and I'm exhausted. But it was a blast. It was super fun.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
And I'm giving it back, sucker.
We're just throwing shit and see if it sticks, no matter who gets dirty.
No, it ain't sticking. I'm in the middle of this good story, so listen. So,
sorry.
Baby, in your mind, what are you sitting on? You worked your ass off.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
gonna
yesterday.
be fun. Fuck you.
That
David.
was yesterday. I'm sitting on my ass today. Yesterday, I'm still feeling it, man. I'm 50. Shut up, David. Shut up. I'm old. Wait till you're 50.
Go fuck yourself.
So.
Hold on.
I heard that. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Can you read
got it. Got it. Yeah. You know this one? Oh, how about this? Kurwa mać, baby buzi, iść do spać. Some Polish for you. I know some Polish for you.
My ass.
So listen.
Hey now.
So the troublemaker goes up to the cop's house, bangs on his door. He's all,
hello?
Oh, no, shut up. It's Mama. No, shut up. It's Mama. Shit. So, come here. It's me. It's me.
Oh, bullshit. Now step in it.
Oh, it's okay. No, there they are. Shh, shush. So he and he's like, hey, I had a package coming here, and he says it was delivered or something. I don't know. He couldn't figure it out. And the cop is like, you better get off my porch right now. And dude is still kind of yelling at him, and he's like, I'm telling you right now, I'm an Arcata police officer, and you better get off my deck or I'm going to kick you off these stairs, he tells him, So then I hear troublemaker drive by. He goes home. Less than 60 seconds later, he's calling me up. Hey, he says he's a cop. We're like, he is a cop, and he's just like, boom. It was 6 days later. I waited till he paid the rent. I told my husband, okay, well, you can go give him his eviction notice now. Bye, mofo. Oh, they were bad, so bad. But That was the greatest little game of chess I ever played on my own property. I'm telling you, when he got to tell that little punk that he was a cop, it was one great day up on the hill here. Oh, it was so good, you guys. It was great fun. So I've had a few of these troublemakers. They're all, the local Humboldtians are the worst. They're always the worst.
I'm going to bed soon. Sniper said, just go to bed. We got this. Thank you, Sniper.
That's too damn funny. Knock, knock, dead store. Who is this?
It was great. I wish I recorded it. I could only hear. I heard yelling, I was like, uh-oh. Ooh, this isn't good, And then
nowadays it takes you realize so much. Every little knock causes damn near a traumatic reaction. I don't know, Monty coming in. Hello.
Right.
Yeah, but you can tell when it's the popo. They have a special knock. You kind of know who it is.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That got me. That was perfect. That was just perfect timing. Hello. Who is it? You better call somebody.
Somebody's calling in. I don't know why. Oh, it's let's go Biden.
Don't make him jump.
Well, Monty, are you going to go live when I go to bed?
I already went live.
Good night.
Oh, okay. So can you stream both of them?
No.
No.
We need to learn how to do that because there's a way to do it.
Maybe. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe hardly what?
Good to see you, Benjamin. Southside, baby.
Like I said, regardless, it's been a good conversation. I mean, you there's been a lot of points covered here. Like, in honestly, no matter which way you go about it, you got cartel firing on the border. We got someone whose eyes are cocked like a pistol running the nation, and basically, your only way out is through laughter and bullshit. Because the reality of life that they're trying to produce upon us is a lie. It's always been a lie. The reality of life is what we feel. We can laugh about the things we're sitting there and laugh about, while if you were to pay attention to the news and your only narrative was the news, you couldn't do what is being done here. And this is what patriots have done. They've said, you know what? We're tired of the bullshit Television giving us a program or a channel to program our mind. So we're going to take to social media, override them, and we're going to create narratives amongst ourselves and make fun of them. Or we're ready
and throw out a bunch of numbers.
I've served, but I can't say this number, this patch right here outlined. But people like us, we just a chicken bone away from collecting the chicken, so we took to different sources. There's a beauty in the bad.
Hey, collecting the chicken is 128. You take 128, put it against the 346, and you get 582. You get 582, and you take that, and you get 1,040.
That's the only answer you got, isn't it? Hello.
That's it.
Let me answer Gusto to tell. Yeah, he's got 16,000 viewers just on YouTube alone.
Oh shit! I bet so much brains frying around that damn thing. It smells like bacon.
All right, guys. Well,
if he ever does a shot of dope.
Oh yeah. Oh well, shit! I ate a handful of mushrooms right in front of you. I don't give a damn.
fucking little elves.
I'm telling you, just because I'm tactical and combative, I'll eat mushrooms and get spiritual at the same damn time. We'll all go before God. Give a damn.
The little green Keebler elves.
So does that mean we're going to see you on the news later running butt naked down the middle of the street?
Well, hell yeah.
With a gun and his backpack.
Good night, Tennessee.
No, he's got his rattle sack.
That'd be like me and Jenny. We took our peasant carrots.
We leave.
Well, I'm gonna crash.
It's okay.
We're gonna crash. We're gonna crash this train if y'all don't mind. Monty, go live. Everybody over here, go hang out at Monty's or or Dreamweaver, wherever everybody.
Dreamweaver, you got a channel?
Travis is saying it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. Get the fuck out.
Dreamweaver,
Get the fuck out.
what happened to your channel? Do you have a channel?
Mate, I'm pissed to start with my videos back. I pulled them down just while whatever because I got a weird message when I did a lot of those videos right up front. I pulled some videos and I got some weird stuff actually that came through my email through cryptocurrency. And so I pulled it down, changed a lot of things. I should have secured things before I came out talking shit. That's what I should have did. So I secured things. Now I'm gonna come out talking shit.
Dane, did you get those Russian porn things like I've been getting on my page?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah! Somebody shot a vodka, get you laid 5 times. No, it's crazy.
I don't know how to stop them.
Hell no, you can't call nobody. I mean, you can say, "Lord, if you listen, hell,
hell." I'll call you tomorrow because there's a way to block them. You have to block certain.
Shit,
there's certain emojis. Praying. There's certain emojis that you.
Oh.
Attract them.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I started praying. I know you.
There you go. Most of the time, it's the lightning bolt or the bomb. Right.
Oh well, people must think I'm the bomb then, because I've been getting a bunch of those.
I've been left clicking like hell. Stop.
Yep. Why are they bothering channels like us? Is what my question is.
Well, exactly. Keeps clicking on them.
Ain't got no.
What? Exactly. You drop some truth, and next thing you know, tits show up on your screen. Can't win for losing. Right. We can't have nothing nice. We can't have nothing nice.
That's why we can't have shit.
I got 13 videos up there, and I've had 68 Russian dads.
Oh gosh.
Maybe it's because I said I was going to find me a Russian mail order bride.
They won't. You can't have nothing nice. Talking about fucking Marxism. Can't have shit nice. Nothing for yourself.
It's because that's why we can't have nice shit.
What's Monty's channel?
But they can pretend to be male
the full Monty.
To have a gay male marriage, but by God, I can't have a Russian or male bride to myself. Can't have nothing.
Oh shit. Oh.
All right, guys. All
right.
I know there's a lot of people that need prayers in our community, and I know there's a lot of channels that say I come over here and lie and
well, let me hit this, Travis.
Preach God.
Somebody said EBS. They said EBS ? Ghost Tilly. EBS Broadcasting. If you're wondering about the EBS, by the time you get the EBS, you don't need to be wondering about it. So don't worry about when it comes. You have become too far. Kind of like when you when you smoke a whole bunch of bud and you get down the hallway and you said, "Fuck, I left my drink. I've gone too far. I got to go to the service station and get one." You've gone too far if you have worried about when the EBS. So when the EBS comes, make sure when you see it, it don't make a damn. So that's what I got to say about EBS ?
No, that's like having way too many potent edibles, and then you're going, "Oh shit, I'm too far."
Absolutely, something's talking to me, and I didn't prepare. Something was talking to me.
Right.
So don't. Well, when EBS comes, make sure the EBS don't make a damn.
Right. Make sure it doesn't matter. Doesn't hit home.
Absolutely. So when it comes, you can go. Well, I'll be damned.
Best offense. The best offense is a good defense.
Absolutely.
Stay prepared. Stay prepared.
And fuck them. And they stink.
That's right.
And they stink. And they fucking stink.
That's right. Well, I'm bailing. I'm bailing on y'all. The full
Don't you
Monty.
throw that damn grenade.
The full Monty is going to go live. He's already live, he says.
He is.
You guys can go over there and hang out. We love Monty. Oh, he was. Let's pray for the. I don't even know.
Let's just.
I got it, Travis. I got it. Let's pray for these motherfuckers. I got them.
That's right. Let's do that.
All right.
I got it. All right, everybody, bow your head. We all a bunch of sorry sons of bitches. I was playing with y'all. In God's name, I pray that everybody in this chat understands that there is comedy to God's judgment. We understand that there is wickedness in this world. We understand that there is goodness of this world. It could not exist in any other way. Make sure that you stand in the light, that so shall judge you, and you don't stand in the dark where you can see those in the light, because it's much brighter on the side in which you can smile. It's much brighter in the way which you have no judgment. So we just ask that God give them great discernment. We ask that God stand behind them and light their pilot light within them, turn on their own gas so that they might understand that reality isn't so bad, that the world isn't so bad, and the very country that we live in is the very essence of what anything else wants to be. So I ask God that you give them the guidance and the discernment and the prosperity of spirit, and hopefully physical, whatever that might be, whatever that grants them the greatest value to self, property, place, and love. I ask that you give them, and that they understand that things are not what they seem, they never will be, they never have been. And that's why we have you, is to give us the present moment with you, to understand that all is well, it's always been well, and we will always be well. And we are safe, we are vigilant, and we are with you. And that's all that we can know, because that's all that there is. Amen.
Amen. Well, that
God,
didn't come from the
I
heart
pray
at
for
all.
Travis and
Yes, ma'am.
Here, and Lord, that you just keep helping us to see the truth and help people find the truth, and keep showing us the truth, God. And we want to be your hands and feet. And I pray that in Jesus' name. Amen.
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 Wow, what a great show.
How fun.
They just get better every night. And I'm trying to go
can
bed early every night.
Yes.
Absolutely, Monty. Sure.
And Lord, please lay your hands upon this nation, and not just this nation, but the whole world.
Yes, God.
We all need your guiding light and your support and your knowledge.
Yes, Jesus.
And please protect the children. Other than that, I praise you, Lord, and thanks for giving me another clean day. So, amen.
Yes. And then I pray for Don Ritchie. Don Ritchie, my friend. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I love Don Ritchie. Love you, Don Ritchie, if you're watching.
Yep.
I've been praying for you.
Hey, we haven't seen him in several days. I'm worried about him.
Recovering. He had a procedure, right? That's what we.
Yeah, but it was a day surgery, so I'm worried about him.
Well, we need to hear from you, Don Ritchie. Check in with us.
Yes, we do.
We love you.
Yep.
We miss you.
Great show, guys.
Good night, Travis. I'm going to bounce so others can do the same and quit talking.
All right.
Because I'll just stay and talk, you know.
Deanna, we love you. You know that. Dreamweaver, we're going fishing. We're going hunting.
Hopefully soon, absolutely. Hopefully soon. I think we're gonna have some free time between your timeline. So, like I said, I definitely let you know, because actually my wife informed me that we're actually an hour less from Lebanon than I thought we were. So we're actually closer to that section. But anyway,
it'd be an awesome time.
Everybody,
we don't need motels. We don't need anything. I'll call Nelson and say, this is how many people coming. I'll bring my air mattress. You guys have. He's got a couple. He's got a couple single beds, but anything over those we'll account for, and it'll be a fun time. I promise you.
Oh, absolutely. Well, like I said, we're ready anyway. I mean, I'm ready for the scuttlebutt of the century. So I got extra shit anyway. So anyway, like I said, my only last thought, like I would tell anybody, man, you got to be safe, be vigilant, be with God. Just know what's going on around you, and what you can see is what you know. And if what you know is what you feel, don't worry about the other bullshit, because that's what you were given. That's what you were given. So anyway, I'm out. Dave, Travis,
Later, Dreamweaver.
It was a good one.
Love you, brother.
Stay frosty, Travis.
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll probably jump on over on Monty's or whatever the case may be, but
I won't
step out of here.
All right, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Oh yeah, no problem. We'll see you probably tomorrow, most likely.
All right then.
All right then.
Later, Travis.
Let me find the button at least.
David, thanks for coming, brother. If you'll send me your, if you'll put your phone number in the text, I'll send you the link first. You don't have to ask for a link.
How does the private chat work? I don't know. Put it. Oh.
Yeah, just click on the private chat and it'll pop up.
I got it.
If Don was here, he'd tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
I actually hope he's doing well. I hate that.
Space. Send.
All right. Yep. I got you.
Lights up a different color. Cool.
If you'll actually hang around for a second, I've got some questions for you.
Sure.
What the fuck? Yep. Cancel. There we go. Anyway, my final thoughts are going to be the same as they always are. Talk to your neighbors, love your neighbors. Your neighbors can help. You can help your neighbors. Help your neighbors. That's what humanity is all about. And with that being said, I love you guys, and hopefully in the next couple days I'll have our music back, and that'd be awesome. So good night, y'all. I love you guys, and thank you for coming.